Raabe crushing it rolling. Not going to make it to that top end of the track, so he's got it moving here. Daniel McDonald.
So it's always a fun time to get a win here at the fair, but the sweep the weekend is something special.
There's left to go here. All right.
So yesterday, how did you do?
I got second place. I lost by 4 feet.
And today?
I was 700 pounds late because I didn't really know the weight of the tractor, and that was the first time I ever pulled her. And today. Well, let's talk about today. I put her in a 16,000 pound class. I put her in third gear. They were all 280, 290. One was 310, maybe 312.
And you were?
I put her in at 370 feet right in the sand pile. And the only mistake I made, I didn't put her right in the registration booth with the girl.
Did you do it?
No. Let's make some noise. Good running. John Deere out of O'Keefe, Iowa coming up. We got one right behind you.
Hello, fellow humans.
Hello.
Kenzie's kind of meh.
Hello, everybody.
Mike, Kenzie's kind of meh. Traveling in the airports all day. Kenzie's kind of meh. How do you spell meh, Mike?
M-E-H.
M-E-H?
Yes.
Everybody out there, you having a mad day? Mad day? Well, we're not going to have a meh podcast. We're going to have an outstanding podcast. Mike Idle from Missouri had parent-teacher conferences all day. He deserves a beer or 7. Kenzie.
Don't talk to me about little Jimmy. We're done with little Jimmy. Little Jimmy is in 7th grade again next year.
Kenzie and I had a fantastic weekend at the NC State Fair. We got home today about an hour and a half ago, and we leave for Texas Thursday morning. So tonight, we'll do a quick weekend recap. We're going to talk about how did you name your puller. 8:15, Ronnie Kelly's coming on from the East Texas Truck Center. We're going to talk some Lufkin, Texas, dragging and pulling in the pines. 8:30, Kyle Raabe. It's Kyle Robb, right? Or Robbie? Kyle, shake your head. Is it Rob or Robbie?
2 thumbs up for Raabe.
Robbie? It's Robbie. Kyle Robb.
Yep.
Chuck
I did my research today, Jason. I texted him.
You did?
Yep. I said, hey, man, how do you say your last name?
I've known Kyle for a long time, and I've announced his truck for a long time, but I guarantee I've called him Raabe. Robbie, I guarantee I butchered that name before. But that's okay. And if you're a puller, honestly, and you're sick of announcers butchering names, just come up and tell us. My favorite story is Steve and Mike Bausma. I called him Bausma for years, and they came up and they said it's like house and then ma. So Bausma. So boom, that's how I got that figured out. But like
mine was what I've learned is actually look at your sheet like ahead of time, instead of just like doing it live. So first time I announced for Frank Bowboy in the Green Lightning, he was Bohabage, because that one's got a real funny spelling at the end of it. But yeah, we've all been there. We've all done it. Kyle Raabe is going to come.
Well, that's Kyle Robbie's badass truck behind his Badger Truck Pullers champion. I had Badger Truck Pullers in Richland Center back in 2008 and 9 and some other events throughout the year. So I'm very familiar with them in Wisconsin. Excited to have him come on tonight. So real quick, NC State Fair was awesome, Mike. I'll put us back under our nice name, Baja Boy. Yeah, Bert. So this is a North Carolina. It's Bissett, Zachy Bissett. You don't want to miss it. You got to Bissett. He's got the dirt candy. He's got the John Deere that took the pictures with the pretty full pull pics girls. Did you see that at all on the Facebook this weekend?
And the Snapchat.
Yeah. So we had a lot of fun with that. So Anyway, NC State Fair was great. Friday night, session 1, Saturday sessions 2 and 3 on Saturday day and night. And then Sunday, we had our normal UPOC pullers, United Pullers of the Carolinas. And then like Jeff Hurt came down. Kevin and Lindsay Campbell came down. Evermans were there from New York. Kevin Hill was down from Maine and Vermont. I know I'm going to miss somebody. Kramer's route with the 4-wheel drive mods.
Burnett was down.
Yeah, Chris Burnett was down from Wisconsin. Part of the Guzma team. They had the Gravy Train. What's Chris call his mini?
Little Disaster.
Little Disaster. So, if you want to talk about a big-ass fair, Mike, big fair. Like a couple 100,000 people a day type of big fair. Like over 2 million in 10 or 11 days it gets.
Well, this is one of the fun places. And back in the day, they accused me of being a roundy round, NASCAR fan. But I think the North Carolina State Fair is the pulling track on what appears to be an old circle track. Because I think I'm almost, and if you're like a NASCAR historian, tell me, I think that was the last dirt track that NASCAR ran on their Champions Tour circuit. And now they actually pull the tractor pull more or less in the same grandstands on the same track. So NASCAR and NTPA pulling kind of overlapping right there in Raleigh, North Carolina, which I think is super cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna share some photos quick. So this is inside our production trailer for Full Pull Live. That's kind of the screen that the production team looks at. One of the screens they look at when they're making their selections on which screen to go to next and stuff like that. Is it bad luck if you don't name a pulling truck? That's a good question. We'll have to ask somebody that. Outlaw TV and Full Pull Live says no. Okay. Outlaw Pulling TV and Full Pull Live both have Lufkin this weekend. So whether you're a subscriber on Outlaw Pulling TV or whether you're a subscriber in Full Pull Live, you don't need to go buy. If you don't have a subscription, you're going to have to buy one of them. Okay. But if you have one of them, Lufkin, I just want to make sure everybody understands that it's going to be a joint effort this weekend, but it's not going to be like Rock Valley where you got to go buy this and do that. It's going to be, if you're an Outlaw Pulling TV subscriber, you're good. If you're a Full Pull Live subscriber, you're good. If you don't have one of those, you want to watch Lufkin, then you'll have to buy one of the subscribers.
If I have both, can I put them on 2 separate screens at the same time and just run a side-by-side comparison?
There might be a small echo, I would assume.
Oh, yeah.
Will it be the same announcer for like the exact same show?
Yeah, it's going to be the exact same thing. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. It's Ron Stone and Dan Mayer, and they're calling it over the outside speakers. Kenzie's going to run graphics in the Full Pull Live. It'll be all the Outlaw graphics. So just another one of the screens I wanted to show you. This is what Dan looks at inside his trailer. No, that's what Rogo looks at. Our switcher, he looks at this. The Kubota wins the internet every time.
And the polls.
These are the Full Pull Picks girls. They're smoking hot, Mike, and the pullers loved them. And this little feller here, we couldn't get him to not stop smiling. Yeah. So they're both from Charlotte. Cameron was the blonde girl, and Anna was the girl with the dark hair. And they had a blast. Never been to a truck and tractor pull before. They'd only been to NASCAR. And they kind of stand in a booth for like Celsius or Zins or something like that and look pretty. They actually walked the crowd, talked to the fans, and did interviews. We have a bunch of that coming up on Full Pull social channels coming up. So that's great. Just some random photos I took. There is the Holt Strickland. Got to see him drive the light super. And then I took the Full Pull Picks girls kind of through the pits, and we did some pictures. That's Andy Dutton. He's got the Junk Wagon Unlimited Super Stock. He took a picture with the girls there. This is Zach.
Just out of the goodness of your heart, so they could see pulling behind the scenes, right? Just because you were being a chivalrous gentleman and was like, hey, girls, just because you need to see pulling. That's the only reason you spent all this time, right?
No, these were beautiful women, and I wanted to show them to the pullers, and I wanted to get pictures of them and post them on social media so Full Pull gets more followers. I'm just being completely honest with all of y'all right now. I think everybody knows that, right? When Corvette rolls out a new Corvette, they got pretty girls that pull the little thingy off. Mike, let's be honest. So pulling might as well do the same thing. So that's Zachy Bissett there. He's your Pro Farm champion, and they tried to mess with him and get the girls over there so he wasn't thinking, but it didn't work. He still won the class. That he's really good. So those are just some of the pictures I wanted to share there. So let's jump into. We got 5 minutes before Ronnie Kelly comes on from East Texas Truck Center to talk about dragging and pulling into pine. Depends or diapers, Randy Barker. Randy's coming in with some solid comments tonight. I like this. We listened to the Kill Tony podcast on the way home from the airport in Madison, Mike, and there's a very good one out now. a very, very, very good one out now. So it's good there. So our new segment. Did you make a graphic for this one yet, Kenzie? Have you had time? So our new one is, how do we name your puller? We're going to do this every week. We'd love to know, Mike, as an announcer, you want to know how people name their puller, right?
100%. One of the best things you can talk about. If you get a little backstory in there, it makes it more meaningful to the fans. It's a big deal.
Okay. So our first one is Playing with Fire. Everybody knows Ryan DeBrew. I hope to make these bigger. Playing with Fire because Ryan, owner and driver, along with 2 other mechanics who work on it, are all at Freightliner. What can you read that?
Yes.
Are all firefighters.
They're all firemen. Seriously.
Ryan is a Freightliner.
All right. I'm going to have Kenzie. Kenzie,
Yeah, I'll just.
Her.
I have
No. Play the applause sound for me because I screwed up. No, I'll do that.
Yeah,
I'll do the sound. You're going to read them tonight, Kenzie, because my eyes are tired. But I got to play.
Even if you worked, I don't think you could read them.
We've been together way too much. So here, Jerry, our newest segment. How did you name your puller? Right. You had breaking news? Yes, breaking news. We have a new sound effect for tonight. All right, Kenzie.
You ready now?
Take it with us. Take it here.
Playing with Fire because Ryan, the owner and driver, along with 2 other mechanics who work on it, are all firemen. Also, dual meaning because a truck at this level of modification, you are playing with fire on a daily basis, just hoping not to get burned.
Well said, Kenzie. I'm kind of you read.
I didn't stutter.
You read in everything. I'm so proud of you. How did you name it? How did you name it? EPA.
Freightliner. I like it. Ryan DeBrew is a Freightliner.
That's what it looked like. You guys, my eyes are so stinking
You
tired.
saw a semi-truck. It's
I'm not
his
gonna lie.
favorite.
Not even, as I know it's not a Freightliner. I'm not that silly. EPA approved. 1021. EPA approved because it'll pass all emissions. That's a funny. That looks like a 3.0 truck. That's today's date.
1021.
Oh, I'm tired. I am tired. Jason Wiges? Do you know?
No.
That's a 3.0 truck. It looks like.
I've seen that truck, but I don't know his name.
Where's that at? You recognize the track?
Some type of fair. I don't know.
Some type of fair. Wow, you went on a limb on that one. All right. So, how did you name your puller? This is fun. He named it Badass. That's Monty Getz.
Yeah.
This guy is a freaking hoot. He's from Canada. He's another Kevin Jasper. He's got 3 cigarettes in his mouth before he pulls, flips them out, flicks them in the air. No, we met Monty at Gordyville. They brought their mini rods down one year. And they broke every freaking transmission rear end. They've never pulled on dirt like that in their life. Badass because the little driver said it looked badass. But Dad saw it is because he was a little badass. Laugh out loud. Yeah, he lets his son drive it. But yeah, that's awesome. That is awesome. I need you to read that one, Kenzie. Keeps.
Playing for keeps. Not too arrogant, and it fit the competitive nature of our sport. Also, a tip of the cap to Jesse Burgess monster truck.
Art Klein's mini rod.
Oh.
Playing for keeps.
I've seen that one.
Yeah, you know Art Klein.
Now, yeah.
How did you name your puller? We got to keep that graphic closer to us.
Yeah.
I can slide it, can I?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look at me. Look at me. Wow, I'm learning as we go here, doing Kenzie's job tonight. How did you name your puller? The Earth Mover. James Phillips, Earth Mover 2. My first mini my grandpa had let me pull was Earth Mover, and he owned it and operated a gravel pit and heavy equipment. Now I work in an open pit copper mine as a senior equipment operator. That's a lot.
That's a cool name, Earth Mover. I like that one. Did you see the interview with the Banner brothers where they said with their latest mod back in the day, they felt like they could spin the world. So I like that right there, Earth Mover.
All right. Here's our next one.
I know.
Corey Wag? Corey Wag. Wound up whitetail because it's a turbocharged John Deere. Straight to the point.
Good.
Yeah.
Straight
That's
to the point.
good. That's clever.
Junk. Mikey Sturgeon. Solid junk because every time I fix something on it, something else breaks without fail. Yeah, that's called horsepower finds weaknesses. Welcome to Truck and Tractor Pulling. So, and our special guest tonight, Kyle Raabe. 2 thumbs up for Kyle Raabe. Addicted because once you go down the track, you will be addicted. Hey, Kyle, that's why my tractor is the remedy. Because my wife said, you will spend money you don't have and time you don't have because tractor pulling is a disease. And I said, yes, ma'am. So I named my first tractor the Remedy. So when I was building my second hot farm, it was going to be the Cure. And then I sold that chassis to not to James Phillips, Phil Kelly, who's got the red-blooded binder now. And that's when I bought my 4-1 chassis from Hertz. That's how I got that. So, but I've kept the Remedy thing going because I like it. It makes me happy. It's who I am. So where is our East Texas Truck Center guest? Ronnie Kelly. I sent them the link.
Somewhere in Eastern Texas.
Well, let's start talking about dragging and pulling the pines. If he comes on, great. If he doesn't, it's his loss. Right, Kenzie?
Yep.
If you go to www.beermoneypullingteam.com and click on blog, you will find an entire highlight of what you can see this weekend in Lufkin, Texas at Dragging and Pulling in the Pines.
So this event's cool for a multitude of reasons, Mike. One, because it's in Texas. There's not enough events in Texas. You'd think the biggest redneck state in the union. Did I say that right, Ryan, Mike?
100%. Yeah. No, that's politically, they've actually rebranded. That's what they prefer to be called.
I want to make sure. There's semi-truck drag racing during the day on a legit drag strip. It's a legit drag strip. The Dragging and Pulling the Pines, full quarter mile. It's fun. They have a huge truck show. And at the end of the day, this is all for Mission 22. It's for veterans because 22 veterans a day kill themselves. For all the money that go from this event is given back to the veterans. So when you see on the pulling track, you see people doing push-ups Friday night, Saturday night, and that's in one of the videos. We'll play that promo video in a little bit, or the full pull video has some of the push-ups. Do we have push-ups in the video that you made or Chandler made?
I honestly don't remember. We're gonna find out.
But let's watch the promo video quick. So this event's awesome. I mean, there's stuff to do all day, Mike, and it's kind of cool because people kind of migrate, Mike. Like the racetrack's over here, right, and the truck show and all that. The vendors over here, and then the pulling track's over here. So it's a nice big loop. I know there's a concert Friday night, right after the pull, and it's fun. People start kind of migrating over to the pull. Then we start at 6:00. We're going to round out. Wow, the Outlaw Point season with pro stocks, and then did you look at the app today? We're over 12 3-0s.
Right, 12.
I got to play the breaking news sound because Cody Lee. Okay, you got it. Ready? I got breaking news on a new super stock diesel truck owner. Ready, Mike? Hit it. When I play, you have to pause it, I think. Or it plays it again. I think it loops. Anyway, Cody Lee has a couple 3.0 diesel trucks out of Texas. He just bought the Triple Alpha Process Hades Edition out of Minnesota. So that's that truck that pulled Grand National, faced fourth in points, and it was gray and black blotches on it. He never got it painted, and he had that really badass helmet. Kenzie's going to look for a picture of it, but he's going to make a couple test hits with it this weekend down in Lufkin. So how cool
really? And what is he going to run Grand National with it all the way out of Texas?
Well, Mike, we're just one pull at Diesel Superstock pick 'em up truck.
Well, you have about two different associations, so
either Champions Tour or unless Ron Stone and Kyle Petch and Kurt Van Beek are adding super stock diesel trucks to the Outlaws, which would be badass.
I completely agree. I
don't see that happening right away.
So they're going to wrap up 4 points championships down there in Lufkin, Texas, and Dragging and Pulling with the Pines. Now, quick trivia question off the top of your head: 3 of the 4 class leaders all come from the same state. Take a wild guess what state is going to be showing them the power in the Lone Star.
Texas.
Missouri.
What?
Missouri. Absolutely. Texas has one of them. Your Pro Stock, your 3.0 trucks, and your Pro Stock, your 3.0 trucks, and your two-wheelers. All 3 class leaders are out of the state of Missouri. Your only Texas leader right now is Cameron Neves and Cotton Candy in the modifieds. Now, a lot of Texas pullers within striking distance, but the Show Me boys are going to show those Lone Star boys what they're made of this weekend.
Yeah, Chuck, it was not the old Atlee truck. This is a brand new build. It's got 8 passes on it, or just this season. Brand new brand new Hazley, everything, and it's a brand new build because he texted me today. So it's on. Yeah, Doug's on his way, going from Jackson, Mississippi right now. So Doug's driving the full pull production trailer from the North Carolina State Fair to Lufkin, and then he's flying home. Doug's at, I think, you got a UW game this weekend?
Yeah, Badger game.
Yeah, Doug's at a Badger game this weekend. Mr. Season ticket holder. I'm going to fly home. And then Kenzie and I are flying down. Chase Richardson flying down. Allie, Rogo. Kenzie's looking for pictures over here. So, yeah. So, it's awesome. We're really excited about dragging and pulling the blinds. It's a great event. Mike, we'll sneak you down here one of these years after parent-teacher conferences.
It's
a great event. So
bums me out. The Outlaws are wrapping up their season. I'd love to be there. I've never been to the state of Texas.
Mike, open up the app quick if you don't mind. The reason I have us big is just because I want to show the poster behind us for the event. I'm going to open up to what's better, their website or their Facebook page for probably talking about some of the stuff. And again, Kyle Raabe will be on in 8 minutes. He's back in makeup right now, doing jumping jacks. I can see him in the back screen there.
He's doing his push-ups. He's getting his 22 push-ups in. We currently have at Lufkin, Texas, we have, and this is still with several days out now. Kinsey and I know this very well. Like you'll see pullers adding to the list hours beforehand. So several days out is a big deal. 14 super modified 2-wheel drive trucks. We have 12 limited pro stock diesel trucks. Also, not pulling for points, but just for bragging rights and folding cash. The pro stock 4-wheel drive trucks are going to go down there. 4 of them currently signed up. 7,400-pound modifieds, 10 are going to do battle, and your 5.0 pro stocks currently sitting at a nice round 5 at the moment. 2 sessions. We're going to pull Friday night. We're going to pull Saturday night. Outlaws are going to wrap up their points championships. They're going to wrap up their season. What a cool season. How cool is it that they go late into October after a long month off to then come back and wrap things up?
I'm just glad it's in the South. So, because the weather is just beautiful for this weekend. I don't know if you saw that reel I made. Well, I voiced it this morning, and then Kenzie made it look good. So it's all good.
Yeah, no pulling in Minnesota this time of year, I've noticed.
Well, it's nice during once the old sun goes down, she gets chilly in a hurry.
It's crazy. I know.
Yeah,
but no big events for the Outlaws, and the only national points series of the 3 national divisions that are going to be wrapping up this weekend. So a lot of eyes out there. And if we look into some of those point standings, several of these very much unsettled yet. Buffalo's Chips, driven by Richard Morris, just a 5-point lead right now over the legendary future Hall of Famer Donald Nelson in the Whippet super modified 2-wheel drive truck. So 5 points can definitely be traversed over 2 sessions. Only 2 points separating Jason Wayman and Megatron. Congratulations to him. I saw he picked up another freelance victory this weekend. If there's somewhere that he can go and campaign that truck, he goes and wins. Skyler,
he called it freelancing. Dude, that's money. I'm going to use that from now on. Freelancing.
What? The freelancer?
I just call it bombing or bush pulling or whatever. But yeah, I'd love it. Freelancing.
Well, he does, man.
No, I think it's funny.
Cody Yorick in Gone really has come on hard at the end of his season. 12-point lead right now, looking to repeat. And he's looking to tame the Dragon and Pulling in the Pines track. The very last time he hooked their last pull of the season, one of our biggest highlight reels from 2023, I imagine, when that tractor ran away on him.
Couldn't find that.
And then Cameron Neves, it's going to take a Texas tornado to knock him off the number 1 spot. He's got a 30-point lead right now over Wayne Longnecker, as Cotton Candy has done nothing but win on the back half of this season. So 5 awesome classes, 4 points chases. Those Outlaws are going to throw down in Texas.
It's going to be fun. I'm on their Facebook page right now. Mike, I know what we're doing is working for advertising because I had somebody call me today to ask me if they could bring a food truck to drag it and pull in the pines. And then I had another person ask me what time the gates open. I said, well, they're open all day. It's only $10 to get into this thing too, Mike. It's pretty awesome. Their Facebook page is a ton about like the actual show and their sponsors, like the truck show. The 2 guys that put this on own a couple truck centers, that take care of trucks and stuff like that. Ronnie Kelly was supposed to be our guest tonight. Maybe Ron will get him on tomorrow night. Maybe you guys will have him tomorrow night for all of that. But because Heather had, messaged me back. I'm just scrolling through their Facebook page right now. But it's cool watching these big trucks. They just womp around like a bunch of big pro stock trucks. Womp, 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 womp.
I remember I called you while you were there last year, and I was like, "Hey, how is it?" And I think your exact words were "stupid fun." Like when you describe an event as just stupid fun, I don't want to talk about it anymore. It's bumming me out. I can't go.
No, it's okay.
I'm jealous.
Don't be mad.
I need to do home loans. If I do home loans, can I go to more tractor pulls?
Don't do home loans until rates come down. It's not fun right now. So, but it's fun when rates are lower. That's when you're busy again. So, all the time. Last week was kind of slow, Mike, but then we had 4 new applications coming. I just got one like while we're sitting here, so that's good. But they do a really good job. So, Dragging and Pulling in the Pines is their Facebook page for those of you looking for some information. Tammy Woodward, Mrs. Buffalo Chips.
Yep.
Joined us tonight. That's outstanding. Excited to see that. So yeah, I'm just check out Dragging and Pulling in the Pines. It's going to be an awesome event. I wish we could have got Ronnie Kelly on tonight. I know I feel like Ron always gets him on Outlawed Live, so that's great. What did Doug say? Something about he got some pulling Friday. There was some pulling in Wisconsin. What's that say? Wi-Fi? Wi-Fi? Yeah,
Wisconsin. I'm assuming that's what there was some pulling in me, Wisconsin, Friday afternoon.
What's going on Friday?
Doug, you shouldn't be drinking and driving the Full Pull Live track.
Texting.
Yeah.
I bet he's using voice to text and it didn't pick it quite up.
Well, he is. I don't know how far he was in trying to get tonight, but he's got what I saw. We flew out of Raleigh at 1, and he was in Atlanta.
I had no idea.
I know. I saw a message in there, so it's all good. It is all good. So we want you, if you can be in Texas this weekend, Lufkin, Texas. It's about 3 hours south of Dallas, about 2.5 hours north of Houston. It's kind of out there in the middle of nowhere, but it's a big, beautiful racetrack. I mean, there's paved roads. It's legit. Like, it's really, really nice. Last year, Richard Morris and Mr. Bauer built the track, if I believe correctly.
Yes.
Yep, it was a good track. No. And then Saturday night,
Kevin wasn't there.
Kevin wasn't there? Then Richard Morris built it in. Yes. So I saw Richard in a tractor a lot.
Yeah.
And then Saturday night, they actually run some stock semi-trucks, Mike, on the track too. So it's a lot of fun.
Oh, Northwestern.
There was some pulling in Northwestern Wisconsin Friday afternoon. I still don't know what that means.
Northwestern, Wisconsin. There's pulling.
It's like you go to Madison and, and over.
Look, why wouldn't you not put it down in there? We're trying to promote the great sport, the greatest motorsport on earth. Having fun. But seriously, Full Pull Live. You guys, Full Pull Live was a hoot. Again, we're going to be down there this weekend. And both streams are going to be going out to Outlaw Pulling TV and Full Pull Live. And if anything's wrong on the screen, anything spelled wrong, it's Mackenzie Keating's fault.
I don't spell wrong that often, so.
No, you don't. It's all good. So we're excited like that. Randy Barker says, ouch. Randy's coming. Randy's going to get the most comment award tonight. So good stuff.
Yes.
Good stuff. So so far we've recapped. Oh, Mike, did you say somebody?
No, Doug's giving you a hard time, man. He's not backing down.
Yeah, but like I remember about 5-minute segments of my life at the time.
I can hear that. Because to me, all of you Wisconsinites have very distinct like ways of speaking. So like I can hear the Doug voice saying that like clear as a bell, like right now as I read that, and it just tickles me.
Fridays afternoons. Hold on.
You talk to him.
I do. I talk to Doug. Doug's my best friend in the whole world. I'm a bad listener.
Strong. I always tell them, strong speaker, poor listener. You know,
I'm bummed out right now. I'm
like, they pay us to talk, not to listen.
The NC State Fair was freaking awesome.
It was.
Did we get through all the how we named your pullers?
Yes.
Okay.
It's time for Kyle because he's been patiently waiting.
No, Kyle has a time slot, and it just turned 8:30.
Yes.
We have to set it though. You can't just like flip the screen.
That's where the drum roll comes in, Kinsey.
Testing. Oh. Craig Dickey was testing.
I need a light bulb.
The Cummins killer to get ready for Diesel's Dark Corners. Doug called Donnie Bauer with Bauer sleds out of Peyton, Iowa, and said, because Doug wants us to run the limiteds and the semis together at the Pullers Championship. Yeah. So he was calling Donnie Bauer to see how they weight the sleds. And I think he said they put 14 weights, the same weights going for the mods as they put it for the super semis, Mike. Sure. But the unlimiteds are like 17, like they're having a hard time stopping them. So that's what it was. Thank you, Doug. So Doug was giving me something to talk about, but I stepped on it.
Yeah,
so that happens a lot. So NC State Fair was great. Full Pull Live rocks. UPOC pulling, Bert Forbes, Dan Mayer on the mic. Our entire team, Allie, Doug, Rogo, Kenzie. It was a blast. And if you can ever get out to Raleigh, it was great to see everybody come down there. All the winter videos are posted on Full Pull YouTube, Full Pull Facebook, Full Pull TikTok, Full Pull Instagram. The Full Pull Picks girls, they had a lot of fun. They were smoking hot, and the pullers really, really enjoyed it. So, and now, Mike, set the stage for Kyle Raabe, Badger Truck Pulling Association Champion of the World for 2024. With your beautiful addicted truck. Do you want to throw something up on the screen? What do you have loaded up, Kins? For pictures, or is it all videos? Photos?
There's
I got
videos in there.
There's the sweet addicted truck. Should we bring him on and let him talk about these pictures, Mike? What do you want to do?
Yeah, I think that's an awesome idea. So I don't know a lot about this association. I don't know a lot about this class. So I'm anxious to give him a platform and just kind of navigate through some of those. So I say without
the drum roll ready.
Further ado, with the drum roll.
Hold on. You got to get the drum roll ready, Mike. Got to give her a little time. Got to give her a little time. Tell us when you're ready. Kyle Raabe!
The double drum roll. Kyle, thank you so much for reaching out to us. Thank you for jumping on to Let's Grow Pulling.
Not a problem.
Kyle, we don't get paid to do this. I just want to be clear. So that's why we're not as good as we probably need to be.
I'm very well aware. I'm not getting paid either.
Hey, what's the score of Monday Night Football?
Monday Night Football is Baltimore 14, Buccaneers 10.
Okay.
Ooh.
Who do we like in there? I don't really give a shit, to be honest, about either of those teams. But Allie, who works with us at Full Pull Live, loves the Ravens. But it's fun. So, Mike, take over. This is your section. Time for me to be quiet.
All good, man. All good. Like I said, they pay us to talk, not to listen. So, hey, Kyle, first of all, thank you so much for reaching out to us. It's always great when we can have pullers from all corners of the world on here to tell us about everything. So you pull the addicted truck in the tell us the name of your class, because I've got some questions about it, because it does not really match up with what I see in this class in Missouri. First of all, this is a 3.0 class, right?
So technically, we call it Pro Street Diesel. It really bases off of the 2.6 class nationally for the most part, except we do not have a turbo limit. Our biggest limits are air-to-air, intercoolers, single rear wheels, and stuff like that. We still run, we're a little bit more, we have 2 matching front seats, a dash, door panels, lights have to work, windows all have to work, everything else like that. It don't need to be registered or nothing like that. So it makes it really good for, if you get a really good hot street truck to throw some safety equipment on, they can come and play. So it's kind of starter level. Badger truck back in the day had the 2.6 class, and it kind of died. And then we went a different direction. And then we kind of came upon this, and it's been working now for quite a few years. We've tweaked some rules here and there and everything else like that.
But there's no turbo truck. This is not a 2.6 class. If you want to put a 3.0 on there, you can put a 3.0 on there, is what I'm learning, right?
You could put a 4.1 on, but you're running it through an air-to-air intercooler and a 1-ton drivetrain.
So the first thing when I looked at this, and I was kind of trying to figure out, and you kind of already hit it already, I said, where's your duals? Because the closest I saw to this, or I started thinking, this looks like a limited pro stock truck class. This looks like the 3.0 class, but then the vehicle itself looks like the 2.6s. So this is a truck man's truck class, but if you can get it to the ground and you can make all the parts behave, there's room under the hood to go have a little fun with it. So this is kind of a thinking guys class too. DOT tires, I assume?
Yes, DOT tires. You can sipe them, so that gives you a little more traction and bite and everything else like that. And, it makes you think and work to try and get a chassis to work so you don't get bouncing, because you start getting bouncing and that 1-ton drivetrain ain't going to like it.
Yeah, absolutely. What kind of a schedule do you guys run? And especially with, you kind of keep going back to some of the limiting factors is going to be longevity in this class. How many hooks, and kind of tell us about your 2024 season and how you navigated through it successfully.
So we had 15 hooks this year. We basically We're in southeastern Wisconsin, or southern Wisconsin, I should say, and we do a lot of county fairs, a lot of firemen's festivals. Badger Truck Pullers is a truck-only class. There's 3 gas classes and 1 diesel class. So typically, for the most part, when we go to most events, they usually hire most of our classes. It may only be 2, maybe 3, but a lot of times it's all 4. And then sometimes we'll team up with a resident tractor class like South Central Tractor Pullers to get some tractors in there too. Some places have 2 tracks, some have 1. But yeah, we had 15 hooks this year, and we only had 1 rain out, which was pretty fortunate for us. And yes, it made it kind of a long season. It's a quick 3 months because you figure we start in June and we are done by Labor Day.
So 15 hooks, I would actually say that is a beautiful number from like a promoters or a point level or an association standpoint. I really like to see that. You know, there's some out there that'll test their vehicles all the way up into the 20s. Some guys only get to hook about 6 times. What were some of your highlights and what were some of your challenges? I mean, did you have a long winning streak? Did you have any breakages? Walk us through the ups and downs of the season.
We had a little bit of everything. I had a pretty good winning streak. I won my local Jefferson County Fair this year for the first time ever. We had a lot of other wins, but we also had some breakages. We had we broke a lockout this year on the left front. So I'm not only the driver, my little brother also drives. He probably drove half the time. He 3-wheeled it to a second place finish at one of our hooks. We bent a push up.
Did you say 3-wheeling, Kyle?
3-wheeling.
Where was that at?
Kenosha.
We're gonna find that video, Kinsey.
Yep, it's there. You can definitely pick it out. We bent a push rod at one of our hooks. Little brother drove it off the track, and he says it sounds a little extra clattery. So we checked it out. We bent the push rod. We had some injector issues. We were pushing injectors a little bit just to the max. I had one blow apart at the end of a run, which didn't affect it, and I had another one at Arlington, Wisconsin, that it bypassed all the fuel through the injector, blew the return line off, sucked fuel in the front of the turbo, and we went home and worked on it till 3 o'clock the next morning in order to be ready for Utica, which is a local nice festival. So, and then we went out that next day and won it. So, yeah, I think we had 4 seconds. 2 of them were breakage. One we lost by 1.25 inches. One we lost by a foot. We had a 4th, which was a breakage from a broken injection line. And then the rest were pretty much all wins. So,
and I imagine, so I was quickly glancing at your points breakdown too. And it looks like, as with all pulling, consistency being at every event, work until 3 o'clock in the morning, getting back out there. Now, I spent a lot of my summer with the Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pulling Association, as do Jason and Kinsey. And I know we went through some weeks this summer where our pullers were running some streaks where they had to pull Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday afternoon, where you're really testing man and machine and determination. You talked about staying up till 3 a.m. to get it fixed, to go out pulling the next day. Did you have any of those heaven weeks where you had to just fight through 2, 3, 4 days in a row to be at multiple shows to get those valuable points?
Yeah, we had 2. We might have had 3 at one point, but they're spread out by maybe a day or something like that. But also, you throw work in with that. As you can see in the background, I'm a Matco Tools distributor. So I got shops and customers to go see every day also. If I skip them, I'm not getting paid. There was the Arlington picture right there when the injector let loose and blew the line off and sprayed fuel everywhere in the turbo, burned the air filter, everything. That was the night before 3 o'clock in the morning time. But yeah, so we had some long miscellaneous runs. Every time you turn around, you're getting back in the truck and heading out to somewhere else.
When you drive this, you describe this as an entry-level class, but what I always find interesting and ironic about what people call these entry-level classes is they require a lot of track reading and driver skill. When you have the great equalizer of the DOT tires and you can't just punch a number and dump the clutch. And so I always ask people in these types of classes, are you a data style driver? Are you looking for specific numbers on your dashboard? Or are you a good old fashioned, you're going to be out there 2 hours ahead of time reading the track and then you're feeling it in the seat of your pants and kind of driving intuitively. What's your driving style when you go out there operating one of these?
I would say a little bit of both. I run a data logger on the truck, so obviously I get all the data off the truck after the run. But I am watching all the other classes ahead of me and watching the track and walking the track and checking it out and making sure to figure out where my line is or where I'm going to send my brother down the track and making sure that that's going to work. And even between the two of us, discuss how we're going to come off the line too. You know, because some tracks, you know, you may have more bite, less bite, this, that, everything else, because it can definitely affect how you get rolling and depending on what sled you got too.
So hole shots are going to be something that's very, very key to you guys then with your throttle. So it's, you know, it's at the end of the day, it's 4-wheel drive truck pulling. You know, you're looking throttle control, yep. You're looking clutch control. The more I'm around these classes, the more I really like these DOT tire style classes, because I just feel it requires such a strong relationship between the driver, the vehicle, and an understanding of the truck. So your brother drives it with you as well. How do you guys determine who's in the seat?
Pretty much between me and my wife, we decide. This year we actually went down through the whole schedule and picked out certain ones, and then we had some breakages where he was supposed to be in the seat, and then I jumped in just because of some of the breakage. We laugh about it all the time. I technically call it's my wife's truck. I work on it, I drive it, I haul it. I don't own it, but technically I do. But we really don't do every other, but there's certain ones that my wife wants me to pull. Like I spoke about Jefferson County Fair. It was my dream to win that poll against the competitors that we have, and it happened this year. So probably next year, I'll probably throw Cody in the seat so he has a chance in. You know, so it's just certain ones, and we kind of back and forth, and it ended up, I think, we were pretty much almost half and half.
So that's perfect. You talk about this Jefferson County full pull. Chuck Fowler wants to know, is there a wheelbase limitation in this class?
Nope, there is no wheelbase limit, but the one thing that we did get past 2 years ago or last year was we went with a percentage rule hitch. So to help, especially me being a short wheelbase truck compared to a crew cab long box, is we run a 27% of the wheelbase is your hitch length from the center of the rear axle. So it helps even out the field between a long wheelbase truck and a short wheelbase truck.
Are you talking height or depth
Nope.
when you're talking about that?
Depth, length from the center of the rear axle back to the hook point.
Okay, so everyone's running the same hitch height then. You're not gaining a couple inches advantage by raising, but you essentially are kind of pseudo extending your truck by being able to reach a little bit deeper back there with the hitch. And actually a shorter wheelbase truck, the hitch actually goes forward. It gets shorter. So it actually gives you more front end bite so to help with the leverage compared to a long wheelbase truck that's got all the leverage out front. That's cool. That's an interesting way that you guys are working together as an association in this kind of run what you brung and hope you brung enough, you know, truckman's class to kind of find that way where you can all level each other out. Randy Barker says, speak to track compaction after pulls beforehand.
Well, we got good old Wisconsin clay. So track compaction really depends on the track crew that's cleaning up after every hook. The roller, if the guy operating the roller is competent to do what he's supposed to do, you really, like with us, really just try and really watch for soft spots or wet spots, or if there's something really dry, stuff like that. So hopefully, you know, everybody gets an even run when you get to it, when everybody is ready to go.
Big tire classes. You know, a good friend of mine told me one time, he said he pulls in the modified tractor class. And he said, if the 2-wheel drive truck guys love the track, I know I'm going to hate it. So the big tire guys, they like a little squish. They like a little give. Are you guys like most small tire guys and you like a more compacted, a firmer track then?
We like a good biting track. I don't want a dry, dusty track. I want some good clay. I want some moisture in it, and just want a good biting track.
This is a great opportunity to highlight what your association is capable of and some of the places that you go. So for people on our show who might not have seen a lot of Badger truck pullers out there, what are some of your favorite tracks to pull out? What are ones that you went to this summer and you were like, man, just tip of the cap to the track crew? Give those guys a highlight and a shout out right now.
Yep. Well, number one is Jefferson County Fair. So Jason Schultz knows Tom Gallitz. Tom Gallitz does all the
Gallitz grading. That's a freaking
Yep. He does the best at track prep at Jefferson County Fair. That's his hometown. He's got an excavation company right in Jefferson. That by far is for Southern Wisconsin is the Super Bowl of pulling at Jefferson County Fair. The stands are absolutely packed on a Thursday night, standing room only, and it's just a lot of fun. Probably next one. I mean, there's so many good tracks. I mean, we got a little town called Ixonia that you pull right next. The picture that's up in the background, that is from Ixonia. There's a pond right next to the track. Everything else like that. It's a small little fireman's festival. It's an awesome hook. Utica. Jason Schultz knows about Utica. A free event for everybody to come. That was me relaxing at Utica, yes, because that was after the 3 o'clock in the morning. They just have an awesome track that you pull towards the cornfield.
Mike, if you've seen your videos of the vehicles going to the cornfields, that's Utica.
Yep, that's Utica.
I know the one you're talking about now.
Yep. But they're all good. I mean, they all, being a small club and small events and stuff like that, they really work with each club that's there to try and get the best track that they can make for the night, because they want a good show to put, butts in the seats and get as many people as they can to see it. And so, yeah, speaking of Badger truck pullers and everything too, so we got 4 truck classes. We got our diesel class, which is kind of that starter class. We don't have an upper one because we do pretty well with this one. They've been known for years to have the open stock gas and a super stock gas. Open stock gas is a 1-ton drivetrain class with 480 cubic inch. And they have got some of the toughest trucks in Wisconsin. They do really well. And then super stocks is 530 cubic inch open drive line, upright headers, everything else. And there again, they got some awesome trucks. And then we also, I think it's 2 years ago, we started with an altered gas class, which is kind of a starter gas class to get you above the street stuff. And they're working through rules and everything else like that. But it's been a really good turnout with probably 10 or a dozen trucks at every one of our hooks. So, yeah, we got 4 solid classes. And then at certain ones, we do host some street diesel and street gas.
In addition to campaigning your truck, do you also serve in any aspect with the Badger truck pullers? And if so, just kind of tell us about that, because this really sounds like you're doing a great job representing this whole association. Sounds like you guys have a lot of good stuff that you're offering fans out there. Yep.
I'm a board member for the diesel class, so I sit on the board. We have a couple meetings a year. Obviously go over different stuff when any kind of safety concerns, different things like that. So, and then whenever it can, it's kind of hard when you're pulling to try and help out as much as you can. But yeah, just, by being a board member, that helps, and then obviously sponsorship and build sponsorship for the polls and everything else like that.
Yeah, that's awesome. How long have you been working with the Badger truck pullers? How long have you been pulling, and do you have any previous points championships?
So I've been pulling since 2014, so about 10 years. I was points champion in 14 and 15. And then I became a Matco distributor in 2016. And I took that year off just because of starting a new business and everything else like that. And then I came out in 17 with the truck again. And we made it a few hooks and we melted some pistons down. So I went through a couple of year rebuild and then ended up into COVID and everything else. So we've been back strong for the last, 3-4 years, But yeah, other than that, I mean, I watched Badger truck pullers as a kid. I used to be one of those kids that was part of the measuring crew with the string and the screwdriver and the tape measure back when I was young. So yeah, it's always been around, but yeah, 2014 is when I started competing.
It always takes a village to go out there and get this done. And I saw you sent me this picture, and this is one I want to throw up really quick right here. Who all's in here? And I'm assuming these are all individuals that you kind of need to thank or that helped make this happen.
Yep. So obviously I'm on the far right. Next to me is my wife. Got to obviously thank her big time. It's our 19-year anniversary tomorrow. So Thank her. Next to her is my sister. She comes and watches whenever she gets a chance. My older brother is next to to her. He comes and watches and supports whenever he can. And then next to him is I call him my little brother because he's younger than me, but he's the other driver of this truck. And then to the left of him, the tall, younger kid in the back, he is Cody's middle son, who is one of my main pit crew guys. Always there to help, always helping out and this and that. And then in front of my little brother is his wife and his daughter, who come and watch whenever they can. But yeah, we got a pretty good village. They all kind of show up whenever they can. It's usually in the truck going to the polls. It's me and my wife, and then Cody, and then his son Jack. So yeah.
No, that's great. I mean, there's no better place, and that's one thing I've seen a lot in pulling. A pulling track's a pretty good place for the family to come together and to make things happen out there. Kinsey, I don't know if I can find it. You had the point standings. Do you think we could throw that up here again really quick if you've got that photo for us?
We got a video from Edgerton that we took that we want to share. Okay, so
yeah, let's
shut
take a look.
Yep.
For Mike, so shut up, Mike, for just a second. He's look at him. He mutes himself.
So I said this is the prelude to the Tobacco Town Showdown. We've got 3 classes. This is our last class this afternoon. This is a Pro Street Diesel truck class from the Badger Truck Pullers. And then starting at approximately 3 o'clock. That's your new leader.
Mike, you can talk again.
Walk us through that ride. Tell us pulling 2 onto the track until that chain goes tight. What goes through your mind, and just when you know you've got a good one going?
That ride was pretty intense. That was the first time we've been there at Edgerton, because Badger State runs the tractor show later on in the afternoon, and they hired us to come in, and they had 2 of our classes there. So a lot of local customers of mine and friends of mine were there. They had a really good crowd. Nervous, yes. I'm always nervous whenever you pull out, just because you never know what's going to happen. Got some good trucks, and we let it loose, and I think we put like 8 or 9 or 10 feet, something like that, on second place, and had just a really good run.
That's perfect. That's perfect. Now, you tell in that video that thing hooked up pretty early. So I wanted to look at this. 11 points, if my math is correct, separated.
Yep.
First and second right here. And who's our second place finisher? And, is this someone you've got to stave off pretty regularly? Is this a friend or rival? I mean, I honestly, I have no idea. I don't know these people, so tell us about, who we had to work through to get to that number 1 spot.
So that is a young lady that has a truck that looks somewhat similar, except it's an extended cab long box. She's a very strong competitor. Known her for a long time, her and her boyfriend both. She's at everyone with us and makes us stay on top of our game. So, we can do what we need to do.
Or whatever those card
and then
go ahead, keep going. Yeah, walk us through the class here.
Yeah, so probably the top 6 or so, probably almost at every one. I think Jameson Keck, I think he missed some because he had some breakage in this and that, but it's just they're there all the time and they make you keep going. And and then we get down in the bottom down here, like guys like Zach Pernat, Nick Nemeth, Jason Schultz, probably recognize a couple of them names. They're really strong with some of the stuff they do. So when they come out and play,
Kyle recognized Nick's name. But he used to come to our kind of our Run What You Brung diesel stuff back in Richland Center days. So
Nick is the one that beat me by 1.25 inches up in Teresa. So very strong. Yeah, very strong running truck. Everything else. A unique one in that list, which he's just slowly coming back out too, is number 12 there, Eric Dernberger. We actually allow a two-wheel drive in our class. So he runs pretty much the same rules as we do, except he's allowed a bigger end and he is allowed dual rear tires. So, but he comes out and Last year, I don't think last year was out much. He had some, I think he bought a house and stuff like that. But the year before, we had some really strong close runs with him, even being two-wheel drive.
That's fun. That's interesting. So where do you see this class and this association 10 years from now? And where do you see yourself 10 years from now? You described this as an entry-level class. Are you still going to be in this class? Or, I mean, is this a stepping stone? Just talk to us about the bright future of pulling.
So I think this class is here to kind of stay for us. We just had a rules meeting last Saturday, and our diesel class actually had no rule changes. So that kind of speaks to that everybody's happy with where it's at. I think it's been good. There's been talk at some point, if somebody wants to bring in a higher class into our club, that more power to it, bring the rules and bring the info, and, we can always entertain it. For the future, that young guy that was standing next to my little brother, my nephew, I would love to see him in the truck someday. He's put in his time and he's really helped out, and I could see him, hopefully getting him down the track at some point.
Hey, Kyle, these pictures that Kenzie's putting up, are these all in your class, that open class that we've been talking about?
Yep, that's Bretton Lindenberg there. So that was Edgerton, right? Yep.
Yeah, that looks like Edgerton.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, that's Cody Carlson. I think I read about 10 trucks or so at that track that day, so we did good for him. There's Derek Northy. Yep, there's some candid pictures.
Who's that?
That is, I don't remember if he was there or not, but that's Miles Heverline.
Whatever happened to Mark Tomford's old chassis? Where's that at
now? That's a really good question. I don't even know.
We gotta get him back.
I don't even know where that ended up. I knew at one point, but I don't think I know anymore. So now there's like an open stock for our class. Okay. So that's a 480 cubic inch 1-ton drivetrain truck.
Oh, now Mike Idle's getting all excited. Them gas, pick him up.
Yep. There's another open stock, Kevin Rogal. He is actually our points leader for. That's Brooklyn. Yep. Oh, that's Brooklyn. Yep. Oh, yeah, it is Brooklyn. Yep.
Way to go, Kyle! And then, come on here and not even know where the hell you are. They're not gonna let you come on the podcast no more. So.
Yeah.
It's the Gunsmoke truck in Minnesota. That's okay. That's bad. That's Tom.
Oh, that's Tomford's old truck. Yep. Cool. So shout out a couple sponsors and stuff too. So obviously between me and my brother, we do all the mechanical work, all the fab work on the truck that we can. Fair Valley does injection pump and injectors and stuff like that. And then Run a Hearts Turbo. And then Funk and Groovin'. So Corey Funk, he's the one that actually put my motor together. So, really good friends with him. He helps out a lot with, all the data logging and stuff like that. When I got issues, I send it to him. He checks it out. We're all good. And then a major sponsor for us is the Corral Trailer Sales. So Jim Lohman owns a trailer sales place in Helensville, Wisconsin. He always helps out whenever I need something. Been friends with him forever. And then Ann's Farmington Inn, a local bar in Farmington, Wisconsin. She helps out and sponsors. So, yeah, couldn't do it without him.
And what if any of our viewers, what if any of our viewers are interested in any Matco tools? Do you have any plug you can drop right there?
The problem with that is I can't sell to anybody outside my territory. So I would tell them to call Matco Tools, find out their local distributor, and go and buy tools from them.
Perfect. Jason, what were you going to say?
That's by far, Kyle has the best backdrop we've ever had as a guest on our podcast.
I completely agree. And the fact that
I love it. It's like
in there with it.
It's like my brain. That's like my brain. There's shit.
Your brain is nowhere near that organized, Jason.
No, I know. No, but I'm excited because like it just fills all of my little tentacles. I almost said testicles.
Oh man. No, I love that you came on here and talked about what your association's doing. I love that you gave a platform for the world to see. You know, we talk about National Farm Machinery Show and Champions Tour and, you know, the Outlaws Thunder and the Dirt Case IH series all the time, but there's no such thing as bad pulling, and pulling is great in any aspect. And what a cool class, and you're a really good advocate for it. What's your closing statement for us tonight, Kyle?
Just go out and support local. You know, all the small little pulls, all the firemen's festivals, all the fairs. You know, thank you to you guys for everything you do. Obviously, I've worked with Jason before, you know, back with Richland Center and everything. He helped grow my Addicted Pulling Team page, you know, way back in the day. I try to do a bunch of unique videos. You know, my wife always videos our run, and then a lot of times I try to do GoPro videos. I put them under the truck. I show the hitch. I'm on the roof. I'm on the side.
Once facing backwards.
Yep. It's all over the place. So people just they enjoy seeing that kind of different stuff.
Oh yeah.
You know, so no, just go and support local. You know, if you got a local club that might need help, you know, you don't have nothing to do with wanting to pull or anything like that, but you want to help out. They're always looking for, you know, people to unhook or people to hook or something like that. And as long as you're qualified and they can get you on the roster and help out, they're more than appreciative.
Perfect. Well said. Well, folks, thanks for tuning in and watching him here tonight. Kyle Raabe in the Addicted Pro Street 2024 points champion diesel truck of the Badger Truck Pullers. Kyle, thanks so much for coming on. That was a great interview. Yep. That was a lot of fun. Best of luck Kyle. In your 2025 season.
Yep. No problem. Kyle. Thank you very much. Yep. Thank you.
Kyle Raabe, that was a good interview, Mike. I'm proud of you.
That's a fun class, and he's a cool dude. I like learning about all these different aspects of it. So
hearing him talk about, you know, coming to Richland Center makes me want to do pulls again. But every time I had to pull, it freaking rained, and I gave up on all that stuff. So it made me sad.
I could sense it in you. You were like, "This is lighting the little idea bug in there. We're starting to buzz around." So
hey, Steve says, "Great job, brother." That's for any puller. Reach out to us. Reach out to Mike, Kenzie, Hope, Chandler, me, Brandon, whoever. Julianne's helping us now with stuff. Doug Borth, and just say, hey, we want to come on the show, because that's what we want to do. I mean, we want to interview every points champion. Doesn't even have to be a points champion. It's kind of like, so I said to Mike, like, let's interview some points champions, because I think, you know, besides getting a cool jacket and maybe a cooler at the banquet, it's kind of fun to talk about it. We all know that pulling needs more money, and we're working on that. So we need rain now, though, Jason. Yeah, so that's true. There was always a joke. If you wanted to make it rain, have Jason Schultz have a tractor pull in Richland Center. Because I can make it rain. I could make it be sunny all day, Mike, and then at 6:30, rain. Guaranteed.
You certainly were at more rainouts than Kinsey and I were this year. As a matter of fact, the one pull that you went to with Kinsey where I wasn't there, the Iowa State Fair, the rain came down. There's just something.
Yeah, people are still messaging me, asking me, they're thinking like the Iowa State Fair, that was some hoax. I'm like, no, the pits were trash. Like every single one of those rigs has been pulled in and out of
fake news.
Did we get all Kyle's pictures up? I want to check real quick here.
He sent me several really, really good ones.
Yeah, they're awesome. I want to make sure we got all the videos played too. Kenzie and I got I was gonna do this one. These are, I was asking him, he looks like he's a drummer. Obviously, that's a little bit of a joke, but those are bent. And then I found a picture of him sleeping at Utica. I've slept at Utica, but it was from staying up too late and from drinking something in a shiny jar. And I do want to say, shine in North Carolina is real. I found some of that Saturday evening. I'd like to thank Cody Singletary and Russell Mullen with the Watermelon Mania Super Farm team. I think it's fun for those guys. Like, we come down from the north and the south and we talk big like we can drink. Yeah. I think they tried it. I think they tried, Mike. Yeah. I think they tried. So we had fun.
Wait, are you saying that you as Wisconsinites like have the upper hand? Or
no, I think okay, let's do it real quick before we get into pulling through the past. What states do you think party the most?
Go ahead, Mike. No. I've experienced this on all four appendages. Toma, Wisconsin, 2018. Like, I'm like anybody, you know. I'm Mr. Billy Badass and everything, and I can just run side by side with anyone. that was until I went to Tomah, Wisconsin for the first time. And then like that was just all there was to it. No, Wisconsin, you guys are on a whole different stratosphere up there.
Ohio. Brandon says Ohio. Randy Barker says, thanks for this PG program. Awesome.
Yeah,
You guys have shirts that say "Drink Wisconsin."
Oh, yeah. Last week wasn't. We had the Punisher, and then we had a lot of sexual innuendations last week. So innuendos. Yeah,
invitations.
But it was a great interview with Kyle. Kyle is a great representation of that club, and I like it that they get a pool local, and they get to get a home at night, and he's got a business to run, and not everybody can do that. So. Wendy
says,
good job,
Wendy
$20.
Yep. Thank you all for highlighting Addicted Pulling Team and Badger Truck Pullers Association. It was our pleasure.
When's their banquet? Here, I'm gonna ask Kyle quick.
Oh,
Kyle, when's your guys' banquet?
November 2nd, couple weeks.
Yeah, we're gonna be at Diesel's in Dark Corners.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we'd come to that. It's fun to come to banquets.
Yep.
All right, see you. Bye. Love you. Bye.
Outside of actual pulls, banquets are probably like my favorret thing in the world. Like that's.
So I'm gonna play a couple of our quick partner sponsors just to give Kenzie a time to get queued up for pulling the pass. Takes her about a minute to get queued up. So I'm gonna play. Who would I want to highlight? I've got a lot of great partners here. As the Beer Money Pulling Team, let's do the Outlaws. So we're gonna.
The Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pulling Association is the largest of 3 sanctioned national pulling associations with 16 classes and more than 350 competing vehicles streamed on outlawpulling.tv.
Full Pull Live brings the non-stop adrenaline-pumping action right to the comfort of your living room. Subscribe today and save 20% on trackside commentary, on-air interviews, and exclusive behind-the-scenes footage. Use code Beer Money Pulling and start watching today.
Nice smooth segments like that. Don't you think?
I could watch that thing all day.
See, this was not that was a bad outro. We had a good intro. We had a bad outro. So let's try it again. Okay, hold on.
Welcome to Pulling Through the Past, the section of our show where we're going to kick it backwards and we're going to see just what pulling has to offer. We here at Beer Money Pulling Team love to look forward to the next coming event, but it's important to look to the past as well. Jason, how did you like that transition?
I think it was fantastic. I'm proud of you, and this is why I pay you every month. So keep talking, man.
We have no mysteries this week, and mysteries were solved last week. It was Kevin Honeycutt on the 7060 from Nebraska, and he only pulled for a couple of years and never could get the thing to light exactly the way that he wanted to. So we might have to do a follow-up and see if we can find where it's at now. No mysteries.
Mike, we're 22 minutes from Monday nights with Massetti and Friends, a new segment. It's officially a segment now, Mike. We've signed the contract. They're coming on every Monday night at 9:30 Central, 7:30 Pacific.
I don't know if I can stretch this week's edition of Pulling Through the Past for 21 minutes. So, Jason, chime in with all of your. Tell us about the specific memories you have of looking at these tractors. They're from the 80s. You were like in high school.
I'm 48. I'm fat, but I'm 48. Okay.
I'm not good at math. What does that mean?
I was born in 75. I graduated high school in 94. The cool car in high school was the IROC Z Camaro. If you had an IROC Z Camaro, you didn't have to be nice to girls. They just got in your car. Okay. I had a Chevy Cavalier. I had to be nice to girls to get them in my car.
And this is where the work hard mentality originated, right?
Yes. And now I'm stupid and I have a super stock diesel tractor. I also had a Ford Escort, 1986 Ford Escort. It was sweet. And then I got a Chevy Beretta. Those are my first 3 cars. My first 3 CDs I ever bought: Vanilla Ice, Ice Ice Baby, MC Hammer, You Can't Touch This, and Unskinny Bop by Poison. Unskinny Bop Bop, Just Blow. It's their second album after the one with Every Rose Has a Thorn. It's on that one. So anyway, so let me know. Yeah, in the comments, people, besides Mike's pulling in the past, I want to know the first 3 cars you bought and the first 3 CDs you ever bought.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That would
You
be
ask
good.
when you have this. I have random things pop in my brain.
2000 Toyota Tacoma with 180,000 miles on it.
Kevin Davis, promoter of
Dallas.
one of my favorite pools in the whole world, Wayne, Nebraska. I know I didn't go there, Kevin. I know you're still pissed at me, but my tractor was there and it won. But the Wayne, Nebraska fair is freaking awesome. Kevin had a birthday last week. I'm sure he has a tank top on right now, and he's 2 or 3 crowns. Is it Branberry? What's my wife likes
Crown.
Cranberry?
Blackberry.
Blackberry crown. So, and we are going to Texas this week, but we are flying home. We stop at his house.
Do you ever just have random thoughts about truck and tractor pulling when you get up in the morning? Because mine was this morning, and Kevin Davis, since you're watching, mine was just literally about the Wayne County Fair and how much fun that was. I cannot wait to get back there again. That was a fair where everybody was on their A game. That thing absolutely rocked. John Boris says, Mike, show the picture of that old puller I shared with you. Yes. We do need to go out to my Facebook and grab that. This thing, I can't wrap my mind around what John sent me. We'll have to talk about it on Massetti and the Massetti Mafia tonight.
It's Monday nights with Massetti and friends.
Monday nights with Massetti and friends. We've got it. All right, check this out. We have 4 modifieds that we're going to take a look at tonight. So that modified that John sent me is going to work really well. First one that we have up on the docket, Charlie's Angels, piloted by Charlie Tidro. Now, what I love looking at these right here, you know, Jason, we talk about sometimes how weird is it to look at a tractor that doesn't have a roll cage or whatever.
Yes.
These modified guys hated fenders. They were like, we are not putting fenders, or if they are, they've got these tiny little batwing things on here that just barely make tech and rules. But like, these guys were true like maniacs of the time. So we've got a crank-to-crank pair of supercharged V8 sitting right here with absolutely basically no fenders on this one whatsoever. This would be, to my best guess, Kirksville, Missouri, 1985. My dad could tell us. Actually, as a matter of fact, my dad is downstairs right now helping us out with some babysitting duties. I know he's watching the show. Dad, if you're watching, comment and tell us when and where these pictures were taken. So Charlie's Angels, that's a fun one right there.
We should have Mike's dad on almost during this segment.
That would be cool.
See, yet again, screw fenders. Who needs fenders? This is Stan Burton on Stan's Steel Mule.
Those are Allison's. Is that Allison's?
Just has one Allison on it. Yep. And here's where like I'm the wrong guy to be telling the story, because right around this time they were all like, oh, is it carbureted? Is it, you know, injected? Is it turbocharged? It's got a bunch of pipes coming out the side of it, and I bet it sounded awesome. But just old school modified pullers hanging out over here. Stan's Steel Mule. I actually believe this is like Stan's Steel Mule 4 or something like that. And then this one's a lot of fun to me because this one's right here out of Northeast Missouri. This is Mike Novinger.
Hey, Mike, stop.
What's up, man?
Write this down for me. I want to know, and not tonight, but get this one of your trivia questions this week. I want to know the first set of aluminum wheels that somebody put on a pulling tractor or truck. I want to do a tractor. That's Mike Novinger, like the Dominator deer.
I guess so.
Yes, he is. Yeah. Dominator, little Dominator, and the full tilt Massey Ferguson. So all definitely known for alcohol burning super stock tractors right over here out of Shelbyville, Missouri, but actually got his start in another Allison right here in a modified. And I love the parody of the time because like, who needs fenders? But yeah, we'll go ahead and put a roll cage on it. You know, this was probably back in the day when like they wore a helmet. And like that was it, and they had like a T-shirt and like cowboy boots. You ever watch those old guys go down where there's like no fire suits at all?
Yeah,
you know?
Every insurance guy just freaks out, but I love it.
I uploaded the picture Boris sent to me.
Okay, cool. Mike, do you get people send you pictures now?
I'm getting to where like John Bohr likes to send me some pictures. You know, James Harmon that comments.
He's watching
very frequently. He sends a lot. Jim Harmon was actually a flagman at several of these pulls back in the day, knows a lot of these pullers really, really well. He was from Northeast Missouri at the time, so he's been sending me photos as well. If you have vintage pulling photos, hey man, we can work those in. So
we're going to do this segment every night, Mike. I love it. And then Dan Mayer will be on call if we need him as a phone a friend. I did talk to him this weekend because he is the voice of Full Pull Live, and we had access to him this weekend. And he was talking to Doug, and I said, "Hey, Mike's doing this throwback." Oh yeah, I watch. So I said, "All right, that's cool."
What I love about Dan, because Dan, the godfather of pulling media today. It's I'll post all these pictures up, and if I don't immediately know who the tractor or the driver is, I'll ask the internet. And the internet will take like a day or two, and they'll kind of juggle it around. And then it's like Dan kind of watches all this from above. And then once he decides that the internet does not have the answer, he
dives in like a hawk.
He does. And
Yanking a fish out of the
he'll
water
come in after
talons.
He's monitored and be like, because of course he knows exactly who all of them are. But it's almost like, and I can't confirm this, I haven't talked to him about it, but it's almost like he lets it kind of breathe and lets the internet have their day. And then once the Schwab has been stumped, then Dan comes in.
Mike, write this down. Have Kenzie make you she's gonna take an eagle, okay, and just have her pick up like an old tractor out of the pond, but put Dan Mayer's face on the face of the eagle. And then, don't you think that'd be kind of fun? Put that on your to-do list.
Okay.
Yeah. And he watches from atop his perch and says, "I will guide you through the vintage pulling vehicle."
No, seriously, but he is the nicest guy in the world.
Oh, and truly, I guarantee you, we couldn't stump him. I could pull my most obscure one from some random county fair, and he would know. So, but no, this is a fun one. Mike Novinger right here, who's obviously known for his
Dominator
heavy super stocks that he's got.
What's
with the
their
Dominator and the little Dominator, full tilt. The one that hit the camera, full tilt, hit the camera at the PPL pull at the Dragway race at where was
42.
it? Yeah,
Dragway 42.
And they had this big extendo camera on an arm, and it popped the front end and bumped into it.
That's awesome.
It happens. And then the internet. So the reason we're going with these today is because the internet just loved these. The internet really liked the mod pictures this week, and I'm trying to get some order. So these are my most recent ones. And then this one is Ron Warshkow in the Persuader. So we have 3 Allisons in a row. Yet again, who cares about fenders?
They have a Keepers Creepers 2-wheel drive today. I grew up watching workshops.
I didn't put that together. You are completely right. I knew that name sounded familiar, but it was not until this exact moment. But yeah, they have the super modified 2-wheel drive truck that pulls in western Iowa.
Look at that. Look at that trailer. That's badass.
No, this is why I put this one in here. The internet went crazy, and they said, he was one of the first people to decide, I should have an enclosed trailer. And then everyone was like, what the heck? And he actually had some sort of hydraulics back here where he would lift this large homemade trailer. They would drape it beforehand. Someone got online and said that they would actually put some sort of vinyl tarp cover over their tractors. And then he just got tired of that and built his first ever ascending, descending covered trailer. And then everyone else was like, oh yeah, maybe we should cover these expensive vehicles that we're taking everywhere. So I did not realize the that has the Jeep Creepers.
I would throw up hauling my tractor on a gooseneck now or something like that.
Yeah, just look at this. This was
man.
And look, Jason, it's just unhooked. He's just here's my flatbed trailer. So just put the Remedy out on something like that and haul it down to Louisville or something.
No. Oh God.
But no, looking back through these and seeing the innovation they have. Kinsey, can you go out to my Facebook and can we do a screen share really quick? Because John Bohr did give me an awesome photo. I'll tell you.
Mike, we got it.
This one?
Yes. But
that is awesome.
What do you have the comments? Because he explained it all.
What the hell motor is that? That looks like that's gigantic.
I think it's out of a tank. I'm trying to remember which one of my photos he commented on because he put it with a photo.
Mike, when I win the lottery, we're just gonna go buy up all this old stuff somewhere. Some of the stuff John was telling me on his podcast. We did West Coast Live last Wednesday, and we unveiled the list for for Madera for GSI Golden State Invitational. We are officially 10 minutes away from Monday night and Massetti and Friends, the new segment here on Let's Grow Pulling every Monday night. We bring in the Massetti family and their friends to talk about pulling out west. Tanker Bell is what this one's called. Tanker Bell. John Bohr sent that to me. That's awesome.
So it's got. I think it's got like one of those German tank engines. What's a little misleading is tank engines are not unheard of in the world of modified pulling. But the ones that you see now aren't nearly as big as what you would think you would see. Like the Patriot that came out a couple years ago, it has that Ford tank motor in it, and it's not nearly that big. But this one, look at the tires on this one too. This looks like it's got some sort of huge, like dump truck tires or something on the back, but it doesn't have the V-style cut ones on the back. Still, no fenders, no helmet, no gloves, just.
Do you know what Dan Mayer's most excited? Dan's pumped this weekend to work with Ron. Like him and Ron have two of the best voices in pulling. We're gonna work here this weekend, and he gets to go to Cat Springs, Texas. He's gonna take a sign because he's been saying that over the years. Cat Springs, Texas, where Donald Nelson's from. He's actually going to drive out there and take a picture of the sign. So.
Doesn't he say every year at the National Farm Machinery Show that's like his favorite thing to announce or whatever is he's going to go to Cat Spring, Texas.
I honestly think that's the only reason we got him to announce for full pull this weekend. I mean, I'm saying that in jest. I hope he likes working with us. I think he does. But he's freaking awesome. So this is something. Every now and then you see something on the internet, and I want to share this. And I know we have a little time, so I'm going to do it.
Yeah, I saw
John Holloman posted this. John does a lot of Missouri stuff, right? Like MSTPA or Mid Missouri. There's so many Missouri.
Yeah.
But he said there's just something about the first timers that really gets to me. But this one was extra special. Heck of a job. Never pulled anything to my knowledge, and jumps on a modified tractor and does an excellent job. 16-year-old Clay Warmington has been battling cancer since 2016 and is still in a fight with it. And he showed everyone in Carthage, which is in Missouri. I think that's where Roberts lives. That he is not afraid to lay the hammer down. Clay, awesome job, young man. We are pulling for you. This is on John Holloman's personal Facebook page. I did not ask him to play this video, but I'm going to do it anyway because it is what it is.
I'll try to help him keep straight.
Hear the sound?
It's pretty hard for him to see out. Yeah.
You guys hear it? Do you hear anything, Michael?
Yeah, it's got audio.
Mike, do you have sound? Yep. Can you hear the tractor? So that's just a cool video, and I want to show you. Could hear the sound of the tractor, Mike?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That young man's, as you said, been battling cancer and, kind of always wanted to do that. So what a feel-good story that is. That's awesome.
And then Mike's blog is up on beermoneypullingteam.com under blog. Mike, I can share that real quick.
Sure.
Our internet sucks, I think, right now. Guys, sorry.
The lone
decent,
pull.
it's not.
The lone pull and the Lone Star, because we have one to go for the Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pulling Association. It was kind of a nostalgic day. I kind of kicked it back to my this week with the Outlaws that I was doing this whole summer long. Fun to reminisce and look back on all the good points battles and all the fun people that I met working with them this summer. So
Did you post this on the Outlaw page yet?
Yes, I did.
That boy.
Yes, I did. Tagged every single puller that I mentioned as well. We're getting all those likes and shares and comments.
You're
and
learning.
You're learning. Algae rhythm.
Good stuff.
Making it happen. Making it happen. It's going to be a really fun weekend in Texas. And then, of course, we're not done there. You know, what I love about what Full Pull is doing and outlawpulling.tv and just the exposure is, you know, you kind of think that really after Sandwich, Illinois, that, you know, pulling is over for the year. But it extends so far beyond that because, you know, we're going to go down to Texas, or you guys are going to go down to Texas. But then after that, we are going to go to Georgia. And the pulling continues. You know, it's a fun time. It's a fun time to be a pulling fan with all these destination pulls and pulling extending deep through the fall.
I think Mike's excited.
I'd say
He should be.
Did you see my sad Snapchat the other day that said this
hilarious.
is
I haven't been to a
my
pull
idol and I am 37 days without a pull, and with your low donation of whatever, you can send this sad individual back to a tractor pull.
So we're a couple minutes away from Monday nights with Massetti and friends. Yeah, my wife's just coming to pick up my dog. Bye, babe. I brought him down to the office with me to do the podcast because I haven't seen him much. So it's all good.
You get home from a long weekend and the wife and the daughter and the kids, and you're right down, hey dog, let's go hang out, dog.
Yeah, well, she was teaching musical lessons at Greece at the high school, and she's in charge of all that, so all good. So the Massettis are starting to pop on. So did we make a graphic yet or anything yet? Nope. I didn't think so. I don't expect you to do that. So I'm gonna play a couple commercials of our sponsors. You get ready for the drum roll.
Okay.
Do you have a womp 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 sound or the circus sound or anything like that?
What we got right now.
But you have something ready so I can bring on the Monday nights with Massetti. Okay, sound good?
Good.
Okay, hang tight with us, humans. Hang tight. Hang tight. What do we got?
How's your plan?
Get top quality truck parts, as well as expert application information about tractor pulling and clutch assembly from our professionals in Waynesburg, Kentucky. Call Kenny's today.
Coltrane Energy is American-made energy and Midwest-based in Syracuse, Missouri. Free shipping is available at coltraneenergy.com. Check out their new flavors online.
Holiganics Midwest. Put life back into your soil by improving your soil health, enhancing your root systems, and delivering increased crop yields. Revolutionize the way you farm today.
Angry Duck Graphics has the biggest, baddest merch shop around. Check it out at shopangryduck.com and buy a Remedy shirt while you are there.
Hello, humans. We're back. It's been an awesome show. Normally, we'd wrap her up and we'd say, time to go to bed. But we have some good friends out on the West Coast, way out west. Gas prices are high. Kamala Harris is out there. And we're sorry for that. I mean, we really, truly are. And I'm sorry. But the Massettis are good friends of mine. And I love them. The Melanesians are still going to stomp on them with the Italian style. And I just love watching Brian's face. And they have a badass modified called the Whip, and it's fun. We had Brant Sullivan on. We unveiled all that stuff there. Let's switch over to their graphics, actually.
Hey, before you bring them on, really quickly, because I thought about this all day long too, and I thought it was Trevor, but now that I see James down here in the green room, it wasn't Trevor.
James is a fun one. James is chatty.
James is at SMU, right? Who's at SMU? Which one's
James,
going to school
James
at SMU?
at SMU. Yep.
Okay, so I thought about this like all day today because I really hope he's not in the same classroom, because I just want to get like an accidental virtual tour of SMU. So like, I almost think we should like, place our bets, or where is James going to present himself from? Now I told him I wanted him in the biology lab with the freaking anacondas and shit like that behind him this time. But
my anaconda don't want none unless you got buns, son. You can do side Enzo setup. Please don't lose that butt. Yeah, full party. Are we ready for celebrity pulling squares?
Did you rock that song in the iRock as well, or the Honda
yeah.
Civic, or the freaking Chevy Neon, or whatever you had?
It was a Ford Escort, no subwoofer, so you make it bump. So Kenzie's going to play our awesome MLM Golden State Invitational video, and I'm bringing on our panel. All right, listen. Hello, friends. Welcome to our newest, honest, legit. Kevin must be an earthquake because his screen is shaking. I think he's shaking his camera a little bit. We call this Monday Night with Massetti and Friends. Every Monday night at 9:30 Central, 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific. Brian brings on the Massetti family and friends. Brad Griffin, that's perfect. We don't have to see your face. I like that. We can just hear your voice. This is going to be outstanding.
Working on it.
I'm working on it. He says he can build a track, but he can't turn the camera on. It's all good. It's all good. Brian, this is your segment, buddy. Take over.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Monday Nights with Massetti's and Friends.
Yep.
With us tonight, we have Kevin Massetti, my younger brother, and James Massetti, my younger son. Dave, good to see you, buddy. Good to see you.
And Brad. Hey!
And we have Brad Griffin. There we go. So we've got several guests that I've staggered their times. I asked them to join in. Brad was the first one. So what I thought we would do is, as our guests come on, we'll do a little get to know you session, just not necessarily about pulling, but a little bit about pulling, a little bit about real life. And then James has a little segment we're going to go into. And well, Kevin is just going to pop up with shit we don't even know about yet. So
real quickly, Mike, I'm very sorry I'm not in a biology lab tonight, but I am in the beautiful Clements Hall 326, otherwise known as my Italian class. I tried to go into one of the main auditoriums on campus earlier and got kicked out, so I will be back in one of those eventually, but for now we have Clements 326.
Stop spending. So when your dad sends you money for Wi-Fi, I know where that money's going. I know why you're hopping from spot to spot here. The years weren't that far ago, but beautiful setting tonight. Thank you for the virtual tour of the Southern Methodist University.
Yep.
Yes. Did you lawfully enter this building, James? And you don't have to answer.
Yes, sir. Actually, funny story. The hinge, like the locking part of the hinge on this door that I've been like pulling the trim on, the hinge is now gone. It was kind of loose, so handy guy with a screwdriver can just pop it off, and now the door is permanently unlocked.
Yeah. Hopefully,
James gets expelled because of this. I'm gonna feel.
I was just thinking, like, we're gonna get you accidentally kicked out of like your dream university here.
I might start using code names on the presentation just in case, but yeah.
Put the word "not" in front of your name. Not James Massetti.
Yeah.
Like James.
Let's go to Brad. Let's talk to Brad a little bit.
Yeah, Brad, thank you for joining us tonight.
Good evening.
Brad Griffin with the Ranch Work pickup truck and the White Claw Hot Farm tractor. Brad, tell us a little bit about your family. Everybody knows about your pulling. Let's hear about your family first.
So my wife, Sherry, she's the backbone of the whole entire thing. If it wasn't for her, none of us would be doing what we're doing. So she's the one that keeps everything on an even keel most of the time. Got 2 grown daughters that are getting married and moved out, and don't see them near as often as I should, but they're all pretty close. They wander in and out, pulling some of our vehicles every once in a while. I Haven't got any of them in the tractor yet, but everybody shares duties with the pickup whenever it wants to make an appearance. And the whole entire family, from boyfriends and daughters and wives and nieces and everybody else, sort of just floats in and out, and we have a good time.
Awesome. How many years you and Sherry got behind you?
32, I think August 33.
Stop, Brad. Brad, you gotta know that shit without having to ask your wife.
Yeah, I wasn't going to point that
Look at
out.
those big red X's right now on the
She's,
screen.
she's over in the corner giving me, subtle hints on how many.
Yeah.
But I can't.
That's good though. That's awesome. 32 years. That's a big number.
Yep.
So I've been to the compound, and I know there's quite a few pets there. You got any more lately, or what?
No.
What are you going outside?
No more.
No.
We've got one duck, a dozen chickens, a couple dogs. I think there was a cat that went running across the yard here that I'm not really sure how long it's been here, but there's a cat running around now. I think there's a lizard in the trailer next door. So we've got a wide variety.
Awesome. Keeps everything going.
Yep.
So, go ahead.
The neighbors' animals, we get the donkey every once in a while come roaming through to say hi, and goats and sheep, and they all come through and say hi every once in a while.
Nice. The goats still come do some weed abatement for you?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Good. Very good. Very good. Tell us a little bit about what you do and what fills up your days when you're not working on your pulling tractor.
I'm a product support rep for equipment dealer out of Sacramento, California. And my specialty is the forestry industry. So I spend a lot of time up in the woods and roaming around, making sure that everybody keeps their equipment running and make sure that they all stay where they're supposed to be, and help them out any way I can.
Awesome. You definitely your work sites are very scenic lately.
Oh yeah,
it's fun to follow.
Well, I get to see some of California that most people will never get to see.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. So we've established the fact that you're lucky enough to have been married to Sherry for 32 years. How does Sherry feel about this whole truck and tractor pulling hobby of yours?
She's sitting over there grinning. So
look at him look up her. I love this. This is like money.
Oh yeah, no, I like I said, I have been married for 32 years. I know when to open my mouth and when to keep it quiet.
I haven't learned that. I've been married for 26 years. So.
She tolerates it sometimes. Other times she's involved in it a lot. And, she does a lot of the behind the scenes prep work to make sure that I'm fed and make sure that I've got all my stuff together, my clothes, my groceries, and make sure that all that is done for me. And when she shows up to the shows, she gets to thank you. But that she has a good time. She likes all the people. She has a great time. We've made lots of friends and lots of family more than anything else.
Awesome. So now in your pulling life, part of your life, why did you start? What drew you into the sport?
When I was 16 years old and bought my first 4-wheel drive pickup, many years ago, I grew up in Gilroy. I spent a lot of time running between Hollister and Monterey and Salinas and King City. I'd run the tour over there with, the TPTA, Trespinos Truck Pullers at that time.
Okay.
And you know, it was my everyday driver, college or high school kid. Me and all my friends, that's what we did on, you know, during the week is we'd try to hop it up, and I was either maybe drag racing it somewhere out in the country or hooking it to a sled. I did go to school, and I went to school in Coalinga, California, West Hills College, and I ran around the countryside with them for 2 or 3 years when they had a tractor pulling, and, you know, ran around the state with them for a few years, got out of it for a while, and then when the time was right and the means were there, you know, decided to dip my finger into it again with the pickup, run what we have as a street modified class out here, and, you know, just built something to go play and have a good time.
That's the pickup that we know as ranch work now?
Yes.
It's that same pickup? Okay.
Yep. Nope. That's
very
the
good.
only one I've had for I think it was 9 years now I've had that.
Okay.
So my purple Barney.
Yeah. The ranch work name's
Brad,
better.
if you had a $15,000 sponsorship for the ranch work truck, what would you spend it on, or what class would you try and go up to?
I would probably put it in the country modified class.
Okay.
And start there. The drivetrain on it will handle whatever I want to put under it, and it would have to be built on a competitive heartbeat to put under the hood.
Makes sense.
Cool. Good. And now that you've been at this for most of your life, what do you like the most about truck and tractor pulling, or the sport in general? What keeps you going back and keeps you working on them in the shop all the time?
My friends keep me working on them most of the time. But
they keep you working on theirs.
Yeah. I enjoy working on them. I enjoy trying to get the little nuances out of them to make them better. I mean, we don't have deep pockets. We don't have unlimited funds. And it's a very, very budget-oriented organization around here. So the little help here and there that I can get from my friends, and I really do enjoy being in the shop, tuning on them, working on them, helping whoever asks, going wherever I need to go. You know, the putting it on the track and pulling the sled down the track. I mean, that's the adrenaline rush part of it. You know, I still haven't got over that. Hopefully I never will, but I absolutely thoroughly enjoy that. My pickup, I enjoy watching somebody else take that down the track, and I built it to anybody can drive it. I've put multiple people in it. Just, you know, I may even pull it up to the starting line and then decide I don't want to do it. See somebody that I know that's capable of doing it standing there, say, hey, you get in it and you do it. You know, and they're, you know, friends that their trucks are broke, and, you know, watching them go down the track, and, you know, the other tractors that I work on, the other people that I go with, I enjoy watching those go down the track, competing with the ones I'm working on, trying to beat them. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't, but the camaraderie and the family orientated people that I'm around just make it fun to go do what we do.
Awesome. And you know, you talk about the camaraderie and the family, and I should have led off with this, but I am super grateful for how much you do for the whole MLM family, and what you do for every event, working with John side by side. And you guys hardly have time to work on it. There's the X factor during the pulls. You guys hardly have time to do anything with your own vehicles because you're doing so much for the event. And I really appreciate that. Everyone appreciates the effort because that makes the whole show better. So I do want to thank you for that.
Oh yeah. And that everybody honestly, everybody pitches in. When it comes time to put the ice in the tractor, water them, air the tires, do that kind of stuff. My wife, Joe's kids, he drives what is it, Oliver Money, John and the Haymaker. We've got a whole herd of people that show up, and every single one of them is quick to jump in and do whatever they can. I can't. I mean, I've looked over at the tractors, all three of them sitting there in one spot. My daughter's boyfriend, when his is out, all four of them in one spot. And my wife's dumping ice, and John's wife's dumping ice. My kids are there. Joe's kids are there. Joe's wife. Everybody just jumps in and does it. There's no way that John and I could do what we do without everybody else backing us. And the other pullers do the same thing for us too. If we need their help, they jump in and they're there.
For sure. Hey, Kev, do you have anything for Brad? Anything you'd like to ask?
Careful.
I was going to also say how grateful we are for Brad for being half of that track building crew. Like at pretty much every pull. He's an integral part of the whole thing, obviously. And helping out anybody that needs help anytime. And also, I love you, Brad.
Thank you, Kevin.
Get that last part?
Yeah, I did. I got it.
You're welcome. That's all.
Very good. James, Michael, Jason, Kinsey, you guys have any questions for Brad?
Are you going to be in Madera this next 2 weeks from now?
Yeah, we'll probably be there a day or two early and a day or two late.
Cool. I like that answer.
So you said that you enjoy like watching other people pull your truck down the track. Do you kind of get the same feeling from like when you build a track and like the feeling you get when everyone's like, oh yeah, great track, or like the opposite, shitty track? Like, do you feel the same kind of tie where, you're happy, like depending on how the track does?
Well, you've seen John and I stand next to each other. There's really not a whole lot of people that are going to tell us it's shitty.
Oh, so the tracks really aren't good. It's more they're just scared of you guys. That's solid.
Yes, I enjoy it. I enjoy watching. It makes us. Usually, John and I are standing pretty close to each other that first hook, and we just look at each other and it's like, okay, what do you think? Where's it going to go from here? Or we know that we nailed it, or there's always a question when you hook that first truck to it. And as soon as we do that, we know that we either did good or what we could do better, or what we need to do, during the middle of it. But yeah, it's when you hook up something to it and they go down there and make a stellar run and the track stays together, put it back good after that run, then yeah, it's a really good feeling to be able to do that for everybody else.
James, that's a great question because our sport gets looked at so much like as a sport from the competition end of things, but we all here kind of understand that it's a production and it's a show, and everybody's got their hat that they wear and the way that they kind of assess their own thing. Like if I've heard Jason say this once, I heard him say it 1,000 times, like he goes to a pull and the first thing out of his mouth is, why aren't there more butts and seats? And how do we fix that? And then, Brian, I know you being a sled operator, you want to have those guys. I've talked to sled operators at the end of a show and they're like, oh, the four-wheelers got me tonight. I wanted them reined in another 20 feet or something like that. And, when I'm on the microphone, I want that crowd, feeding back with energy. So James, that's a good question because it's so much more than just who pulled the farthest. It's what did we all do and how do we assess ourselves? So I like that. That was cool.
I also have to say I appreciate Brad and John because like pretty much before every pull I make in the truck, I go and ask, I find one of them and ask like, hey, what do you think? Like, how hard should I get on it here? Like, I feel like I have the inside info there with the track builders in my ear.
They're your best friends, man. They're your best friends. Just to ask them the question.
We show no favoritism at all to anybody.
Sure.
Yeah, so James breaks into rooms at school and he gets track advice from the track builders. Actually, every smart puller talks to the track builders and the sled operator. James, don't worry.
Yeah. I also like how if there's ever been a problem, like with a person at a pole, like maybe somebody being a little too ruckus or causing a little issue, there's always Brad and John pretty much arm to arm on their way to go take care of it, which is pretty great. And then I wait like 5 minutes and then I go see if everything's going good.
Yeah, Kevin's not very far behind.
Not very far. A little
No.
bit behind.
I mean, they're a bunch of teddy bears, but look at them. Who's going to cross those guys?
Yeah.
Has Kevin Lucas joined the back room yet or no?
Yes, he is. Yep.
Okay. Well, I think unless Brad, you're not leaving, but does anybody have any questions or anything else for Brad? Well, let's bring in our next guest, please.
We gotta get this. So we're trying to work on timing, Miss Eddie. So we're gonna have you drum roll it, and as soon as the drum rolls over, you do your introduction, and then you point at me, Miss Eddie, and I'll bring on our next guest. Okay.
You got it.
Okay, here we go. Get the drum roll.
All right, Jason, let's bring in Kevin Lucas. Hey, Kevin.
How's it going?
Good. Thanks for joining us tonight.
No problem.
This is the first structured Monday night with Massetti's and friends. So appreciate you bringing our friend.
Yeah.
So Kevin runs the Henri
He's still pondering it, Brian. Just in case you're wondering, he looks convinced.
I know. That's okay though. But anyways, Kevin has the Henri John Deere hot farm tractor. But before we get into your tractor pulling, we want to get to know you a little bit better. So I know your beautiful family, but why don't you tell us a little bit about your family, please?
Well, they will probably end up on here because they really want to be on here.
Are they in the room? Is Abby and Kinsey there?
No, but they're in the house, so I'm sure they'll be here shortly.
Yes, please.
But I have a wife who thankfully supports me in this, and I have two little girls. One is 11 and the other one is 9, who I think enjoy going more than I do. And that enables us to do what we do. So, yeah. Kinsey and Abby, they're doing something, but they'll be here shortly.
Awesome. Kev, are you on your phone? Kev, are you on your phone?
No, I'm on the iPad.
Okay. Does it?
Is that?
Oh, that's fine. Let's see if we
Hey,
can
girls.
No, it's good. I was just waiting to get you wide, but that's fine.
How are you girls doing?
You can turn it. Yeah, turn that thing on right here. See what happens.
Is that better?
Hey! Now we got it.
Kenzie, you have an applause thing.
Oh yeah. Hold on, I gotta get it. Yep, I got it.
Okay.
So we
See
actually have
everybody
two
now?
Kinseys on the screen tonight.
Yeah,
I thought I heard my name.
that one's Kinsey, and that one's Abby.
Is Karen there with you too or no?
Where's Mom?
That's okay if she's busy. So we just want to take a minute to get to know the non-pulling side of our pulling family also. So we appreciate you girls coming on and supporting Dad in his pulling endeavors. Is Karen coming too now?
I don't think she is.
Oh, okay.
Oh, here she is.
So, hi, Karen.
Hi.
Thanks.
You're
So which one of
welcome.
the both girls have driven tractors or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Kinsey has I got to get this right. It's backwards, but Kinsey has pulled at tractor pulls in competition, and Abby has only done play days. She's a little bit young, but she'll be out next year.
Awesome. Awesome.
And she got a tractor this year.
Oh, perfect. Very good. Looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about what you do during the day? What's the family business?
So we grow almonds, and we like almost every aspect of it. We're not a packer, but we can pretty much do everything else. So like right now, we are still in harvest, and we have an almond huller next door, and I drive a golf cart around, and I make sure that that thing runs 24 hours a day. So I don't really get out much. It's kind of sad.
We haven't seen you at pools lately, but that's why.
That's why. Sometimes feels like a 24-hour daycare.
Hey, Kevin.
Yes.
Kevin, is an almond the same thing as an almond? And I'm not trying to be funny.
Yeah, no, thank you. I literally Googled it because I couldn't figure it out.
An almond is an almond. Some people say that when we knock them, we shake the L out of them. But it's, I don't know, pretty much California, Central Valley, California calls them almonds, and everywhere else is almonds.
Nice. I just wanted to know because I eat almonds every day.
Yeah.
For you guys.
Good for you.
Yeah.
So I had a teacher, kind of a quick story. The tractor's named after me, a little bit ornery. And I had a teacher she started in on something. So I had her write salmon, the fish, up on the board. And then I had her write almond underneath of it. And I said, is it salmon or salmon? And is it almond or almond? And she goes, well, you got me there.
Wow. That was a gutsy move.
Well, it is what it is.
You were the guy I had so many conversations about today. I had parent-teacher conferences today. Getting PTSD hearing stories like this.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Hopefully your grade didn't suffer much for that.
The same teacher kicked me out of class for talking, but she needed a field trip where I was working at, so I had it in. I still ate it. We got along
That's
great.
awesome. That's awesome. Hey, Kevin, what is your favorite thing to do as a family besides go to truck and tractor pulls?
Camping.
Okay.
We do, like, if we're not pulling, we enjoy camping and fishing.
So, like when some people say camping, it's like a hike into the woods and set up a tent.
No. This is bring the trailer. I'm gonna sleep in a bed. We're gonna have air conditioning and heating. I do not do tents. I don't sleep on the ground.
That's my version of camping also, but
glamping, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. Okay.
So be it. But yeah, no. I
Okay.
like going where there's nobody else. Like we try to find spots that are like not a lot of people, but yeah.
With all the amenities at home. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Good.
So.
James, Kevo, you guys got any questions for Kevin?
Well, walk us through what vehicles you have, because we mentioned the drivers in your roster. What about the vehicles?
So we currently have the Henry Deere, which is a Hot Farm John Deere, which I drive. My wife has a John Deere G that our company owns that's turned up to like 100 horse, cut tires. Cool. And then Kinsey has a John Deere B that's like a roughly 30 horse tractor. And then Abby has a 40T, which is a roughly a 24 to 40 horse tractor kind of turned up. So little antiques, but something to get them started on.
Yeah. Any plans for new additions or maybe some changes?
At some point, but I don't know. Like, I want to get into the super farm class because I think it's a little bit more of a solid class. I know there's issues with everything, but at least the numbers. But I don't know. Like, in a sense, I want to make my tractor into that. But in a sense, I would rather
Kevin,
start.
Hold on. I got to play the breaking news on live here on Massetti with Friends. Kevin is building a super farm. Way to go, Kevin!
I did not say that.
Monday night with Massetti and Friends. I'm excited to hear this. It's happening. Thank you very much.
Are you sponsoring it?
I can't even pay for my own stuff, Kevin. So
I'm right there with you. I just had a UPS pump back to Fair Valley to get worked on so we can make it to Madera.
We drove by Fair. We live like 35 minutes from Fair Valley.
Well, I was going to ask you, if they get it done, can you put it in your carry-on?
How heavy is it?
I don't know. It's going to be cheaper than shipping at UPS. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'll do that for you. Absolutely.
No, we'll see. I'm hoping to get it done before that, but we might be up against the wire.
Right. No, yeah. No, I've had pullers from like New York come stay at my house when they're waiting for something to get fixed overnight, and it's all good.
Right on.
That's.
I'm like a bed and breakfast for Fair Valley.
Yeah.
My Fair
So where do
Valley.
you live at? You're in. What is it? Are they in Wisconsin? Where are they at?
Yeah, I'm in Richland Center. They're in Sauk City.
Oh, okay.
Literally 35 minutes. You could be there. So from the house.
Is that Trev down at the bottom?
It is. Yep. Was he? I brought him on because he was a Massetti. Was I supposed to save him for like the drum roll?
No, it's perfect. I just didn't. I just looked down and I saw him. So
yeah. Don't worry, Kevin. They're easy to build.
How many years has he been working on his?
I was gonna say.
All he has
I
is a
have
cool
parts
ass
of
foot
his on
ornament.
mine.
That's all he has.
That is pretty cool. The
This is
billet
my
work.
favorite comment so far. William Bailey.
I
Kevin
agree.
Massetti, your head is glistening. What's your secret? Bring Kevin over. What's your secret, Kevin? Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean.
That's why some of us wear hats, Kevin.
I usually do, but I'm letting it go. Like, let's live a little bit, you know. Let's show it off if you got it.
For sure.
Hi,
Kev,
Trevor.
Pictures of
Hey.
do you have anything? Kevin Massetti, do you have anything for Kevin Lucas?
I don't know. Maybe what's like. Seems like most of the questions are like work related. What's your favorite pull or event that you guys have gone to? Maybe with the whole family. Like, what's your favorite thing you guys have done pulling? Where? What?
I would say that we pulled out. We really enjoy going to Willits and Lakeport. That was a lot of fun doing the 2-night camping thing. We enjoy Madera, but for my girls this year, they told me that the one they had the most fun at was Stockton, and we were broke. We just showed up and helped, and they just loved it, just being there and helping out. And they told me already that if we don't get parts for Madera, we're still going to be there. And I'm like, well, one way or another, we're going to run, but we're good. They love it, so that's what makes me love it.
It's awfully
That's
fun
awesome.
having you guys all there. Yeah, bringing the kids, and it's very cool.
Kevin, does your dad still have a tractor or no? He sold
does.
his. Oh, he
He
does.
still has that little Econo mod, the 4500.
Okay.
Still. And then his old one is the one that Madera has.
That's right.
They repainted it.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, because we started, that tractor was built in 93. That's basically when we got started. Then we built the tractor that Leland White now pulls, the Gondier tractor. We built it in 2000 in our shop, and we ran it for 4 years and then sold it. And then we're kind of out of it. My dad was still in it a little bit. We were out of it for a little while. Then we kind of got back into some antiques. And then one thing led to another.
And in the early 2000s, you and your brother were driving Jim McManus's tractor, right?
Yes, you should remember that.
I do. Vividly.
Yeah, Herman was a fun ride.
Yeah, it was.
So I remember it.
No, that's awesome.
I think we wore the tape out on that one, watching it over and over again.
Probably used all 3 tracks, the width-wise.
And then some.
Yeah.
So that's actually my brother's tractor with my niece on it, that John Deere G. There's a lot of history in that tractor. That's the one we built in 2000.
Was this your birthday party?
This was. It was a good birthday.
So Kevin's wife and mom threw a combination birthday party for Kevin's 40th and your dad's
70th.
Stop. What's that right there? Whose Econo rod's that?
That's my dad's.
Does he still pull that?
Yes.
That's got 4430 sheet metal on it.
You pretty much, yeah.
Holy cool.
So that tractor started out kind of hodgepodge together, and we built a motor for it. Another guy owned it. And then we told him, like, you got to do something with the frame. Like, this thing is not safe. And we didn't really have the time at that point to mess with it. So he brought it down to Herb Brothers. So they needed to do some stuff in the rear end too. And then I can't remember the guy's name, but it's a guy out of Turlock built that frame. And then they did all the sheet metal and painted it, put the cage on and stuff, made it look really nice.
That looks sharp. I like that a lot.
So what I was going to say was Karen and Kevin's mom threw this party for Kevin's 40th and his dad's 70th, and we brought the sled out, and they had a pretty awesome little tractor pull right there in the, I guess we can't really call that the backyard. We call it just the yard at the Huller.
Yep.
And the girls drove the kid. It was just a cool day. It was awesome. So love being a part of that kind of stuff.
We were very thankful that you were a part of it. There's a lot.
You really are a good person, Massetti.
Well, thanks. Appreciate that.
That's one of my nephews.
Oh, is it? Okay. I don't remember who that was.
I think it was. It looked like him.
He's not one of mine. I promise you that.
Yeah.
So, Trev, welcome to the party.
Thank you. Thank you.
You got anything exciting? Anything good happened this weekend?
Nothing good, that's for sure. We went to a pull, and we were, I don't know, it got down the track, the Poly Thunder did, and then it left half of the motor on the track, so that was not good. But yeah.
Well, shit happens.
Yep.
And they
we're not at a funeral, guys. We're not at a funeral. Let's pick up
they
the
sell
pace
that
a
stuff
little bit.
every day. So
that's true.
Hey,
Did you find
Jason,
enough pieces to weld it back together? Did you find enough pieces to weld it back together?
I think all the little Cal Poly gremlins got their fingers on them, and they just stuck to them. And they took them.
Souvenirs, huh?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
Jason, has anybody else joined the back room? No. Okay. All right, Jay, you want to take us to our next segment?
Yeah, let's do it. I'm going to see if I can figure out how to share my screen here.
Can he share his screen?
Looks
Mike?
like it.
Or do we have to?
Yes.
Or do we have
Can
to
you
do
see
it?
I feel like he's probably got to be on our side of things to share his screen.
Yeah.
Wait.
Do you have
Did it
a
work?
present
There
button,
it is.
James?
I got it.
Did it work?
Yeah,
No.
we can do it. Yep.
Yep.
You got it?
Got it. You just have to push present.
All right. Well, I can't see anybody's faces anymore. But this is our game for the night. It's Monday nights with Massetti and Friends, but Marketplace edition. Okay. So basically, the premise of the show, I'm going to present you a listing with a picture of the listing and the description that the seller is giving. And you guys all have to individually guess the asking price of the lister. These are all Facebook Marketplace ads. Some are from the tractor pull for sale and wanted, and some are just from my Facebook Marketplace. So it's Price is Right rules. Closest answer without going over wins. And you get 1 point for being the closest. If you get the exact number, then you get 3 points. I'm going to keep score here, try my best to not mix up the numbers. And the winner will get a free GSI t-shirt. So before I start, is there any questions? Anyone?
Yes, I need to set the inflation difference between the state of Missouri and the state of California. How much does a gallon of milk cost out there right now?
Well, I don't
$17.
know, but I'm going to give you the location of where it was listed so you can base your guess off the inflation between states.
Oh, okay. So these could be from anywhere then.
Anywhere. We're going international, Mike. It doesn't even have to be in the US.
Oh, I thought these were like just in. Okay. Okay. I'm ready.
All right. So no more questions. Everybody understand? Good. Okay.
We'll figure it out.
Our first listing, we have this single engine mod. It's used like new. There's currently a 540 Chevrolet on there with an 871 blower. You can get the nitty gritty on the right there. You guys can see this okay? Everything's all right?
You hit present.
Hit present again, James.
Oh
Like,
shoot.
as you're presenting that. Yeah.
Well, I'm in the present mode, so
There you go.
Okay.
Now can you make that bigger, bud?
Yeah, now can you see it? Is it good?
No, make it bigger.
Well, it is bigger on my screen.
No,
Here,
make
I'll
it bigger. Yeah.
Well, but then you can see the side here. Hang on.
Good.
All right, there we go. Okay, now we're good.
Yep, I like it. Thanks, bud.
All right, so you get the gist of it. This tractor is actually from Nova Scotia, Canada. So, Mike, you can base your inflation rates, maybe currency exchange. This
Do we
is
have
in
to
U.S. dollars.
convert this to like, British pesos or whatever, or is
No,
this in
it's
English?
U.S. dollars. It's U.S.
Okay, okay.
British.
Funny enough, it's named Code Red. So yeah.
So do I write my answer down or do I say it out loud?
Well, I wish I could see everybody's faces. I'll just kind of, as we go, maybe somebody's going to have to call on people individually because I'll forget who's on the screen.
Okay.
And I'll just write it down.
Mike Idle, go first.
Okay, Mike Idle's first.
Just say it, Mike.
What's your guess?
$92,000.
Whoa. $92,000. All right. Now, keep in mind, if you go over, you cannot get points. Okay.
Brian Massetti.
I'm going to go 55,000.
Whoa.
55.
Brad Griffin.
27.5.
Brad Griffin says 27.5.
This is
James,
Canada
tell me when I
supply
can
and
go next.
demand.
Who's next? I'm sorry.
Who's that?
Kevin Massetti, he's your uncle.
Oh, 69,000.
69.
Right. 69,000. Okay.
Kevin Lucas.
I was going to say like 35,000.
Okay, 35,000.
And T-Mass.
55,001.
And Jason and Kenzie.
Yeah.
And Jason and Kenzie, 45.5.
All right.
What is it, Jay?
Everything's locked in. So on our low side, we have Brad with 27.5, and on our high side is Mike with 92. All right. Here we go. $30,000. Brad was real close there. All right.
This is super fun. I
So,
love
Mike,
this.
Pulling, time out. Pulling vehicles cost less than I thought. Jason, do you refinance homes?
You're not going to get to pull that where you want to pull that, Michael. You
Not
can, but you'll
necessarily
be
that one.
1,900 feet behind.
Find me a gas truck.
Well, Mike,
Nice.
if you think it's worth 92,000, I'll send you the info there for the listing, and you're getting a pretty good price there. So, all right,
that's
so
a
Brad,
roller. That's
Brad
a roller
wins
for
the
30
first
grand,
one.
James. James, that's a complete roller. Ready to go.
I'm sorry.
That's a complete roller for 30 grand.
Turnkey.
It's turnkey, JC.
Turnkey. Rolling chassis, yeah, no motor.
Hey, FAFO,
No,
buddy.
turnkey.
Turnkey, but if it was a rolling chassis, it would have no motor.
Like full tractor to me.
It's turnkey. You can.
I'm giving you all the info in the listing, so there you go.
That's a steal.
All right. So Brad got the point.
Brad gets the point. All right.
Nice.
We're going to move on. Okay.
Okay.
Next up, we have a set of Puller 2000s. All right. These are used, good condition. You might not be able to see, but the code there on the tires says 2014, or like the week and then the year is 14. So that'll help you out a little bit. As you can see, Midwest wheels. These ones actually are coming out of 84, Pennsylvania. Yes, that's a town.
Oh,
named
they're
84.
Lustics.
Yeah, Jordan Lustig selling
That's
tires.
Jordan Lustics, yeah.
Oh, is it? Okay. Well, don't go on Facebook. But yeah, so, and you might be able to notice in that bottom picture I found earlier that there's a little bit of a chip there. Seems like there's a little bit of wear and tear, just to help you gauge the price. But yeah, so I mean, we can just keep the same order. And Mike, you want to start us off here?
And we're going for the set, not individually, right?
I believe it's
Mike.
because everything's in
Mike,
plural.
nobody buys a single tire.
Yeah.
I didn't know if they were listing them individually. Let's go with 3,800.
It was a good question, Mike. It was a good
No,
question.
it was a solid question.
Yeah. Third truck.
Right. I need one. I just need the right rear. I don't need the left rear.
Now, Dad, you want to go?
I love you, Idol.
I'm gonna say with those wheels, 5,700.
5,700. Okay. Now, Brad.
41.5.
41.5. Gotcha.
41.50. Yep.
All right, Uncle Kev.
Those look pretty good. I'm going to say gotta be a little under 6,900.
Wow. Okay. Now Kevin Lucas.
I'm going to say 6,000.
6,000. All right. T-Mass, what's up?
It's the closest without going over, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Somebody please.
5,900, I think.
Yeah.
5,900. All right. And Jason.
15,000.
15,000. Okay.
Whoa.
Guys.
I need you boys to sell something of mine.
Breaking news here on the Beer Money Polling Team. Kevin Lucas with the dead on 6,000.
Whoa.
Nice.
That's 3 points going to the Lucas family there.
Perfect.
Overall, solid performance. For this next one, I'm gonna move the order up one. That way, Mike doesn't get in that bad position. Try and keep the playing field level here.
Dude, I love this, James. You're the man. James,
All
we're
right.
going to get sound effects and everything.
Our
This is
next
awesome.
one is this big block Ford. It's a 540 cubic inch. They say it's used like new, and it's been completely refreshed with 0 runs. Okay. And they say it's a good running motor. So really, what else do you need? There are 3 pictures in the listing were all taken from the exact same angle. There's really no information about the motor except that it has 514 heads and it runs on alcohol. So that's all I got for you folks. Actually, I can give you the location. This one's coming out of Vandalia, Missouri.
I knew it was going to be Missouri.
Hometown there, Michael. Home state.
Yeah, Michael,
This is coming out of a naturally aspirated two-wheel drive. I can almost guarantee it too.
It is.
You've really got everything, like all the cards right now, Michael. You're going to be going last. We'll start off with the VMAS here. What do we got? What's our guess?
Oh man, I'm gonna say that's a good 14,500.
Okay. Now, Brad, what do we have?
9,900.
9,900. All right. Uncle Kev?
Oh. My number's not going to.
Kevin, it's not a hard question.
$11,060.
$11,060.
Even
he wants to say 69 every time.
I got you. Okay, now Kevin Lucas.
I'm going to say 12.5.
12.5. Okay. Now T-Mass.
Come on. Yeah, I'll go 6,900.
69,000, 6,900?
100.
Okay. Now Jason and Kenzie, what do we have?
$8,000.
$8,000.
Oh, Steph.
Yeah, this guy knows what he's got. Don't lowball him.
All right. Now we're circling back here. Mike, can you bring it home to Missouri?
So you guys don't speak Missouri Facebook Marketplace. So we're going to go with 7,999 or will trade for running side by side and chainsaws.
Okay.
What time is it? I got to cut that out.
Now, guys, honestly, I have bad news here. And I sort of included this one because as I was scrolling through this afternoon, I couldn't help but wonder what was going through the seller's mind when they were asking this price. So I hate to break it to y'all, but this was listed for $50,000.
Holy shit!
And it
Wow.
wasn't just that they typed in a random number to like fill the void. Like it was $50,000 or OBO in the description. So I mean, they meant it. There's some real gold here. Somewhere in there between the 514 heads and the alcohol, there is some good parts. But our highest number here was Mr. MLM himself, Brian.
Yeah, he said 16 or
14.5.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that was the closest answer.
Price is wrong, bitch. Bob, you know the Bob Barker thing? Yeah.
Just to remind everybody, Kevin Lucas is in the lead right now with 3 points due to that dead-on 6,000 guess. Then it's Brian and Brad Griffin tied. There's going to be a total of 8 listings tonight, so there's plenty of room to catch up here.
Join us every Monday night for prices.
I scoured during your monologue. I scoured Mid-Mo Marketplace, and I did not find this listing. So I'm kind of.
I'll send it to you after. I'll put together a little report. Make sure we're all on the same page here. All right. Next up, we've got this 3-engine mod. All right.
Ooh.
Now these are 3 Chevrolets. It's built to run the Outlaw and PPL rules, I believe. It's coming to you out of Fort Worth, Texas, actually, right next door to me. So if anybody would like to purchase after, I'll go pick it up for you. So I'm not sure exactly. You can see in one picture there, it's got the nice shiny blue paint, and the other one, it looks like a primer. So I'm not sure the status of this tractor, but it is a fully built tractor, not just the chassis. As you can see, one Chevy is a 572. The other 2 are Keith Black 540s. And it's got almost new Polar 2000s. So, yeah.
Those are worth 6,000.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you would like to use that to gauge it. So, yeah, I think this time we're going to start with Brad Griffin. Take your time now. And actually, while you guys think about this, I'd like to remind everybody that the Golden State Invitational is just less than 3 weeks away. All right, so we're super excited as a team, and I believe everybody here except Mike, correct, is going to be in attendance. Is that correct?
That is correct.
So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I know everybody else is. Go to gsi24.com to get all your information and your tickets.
That's GSI 2024.
Sorry, gsi2024.com. It's going to be a great time. And, yeah, anyways, let's move it on over to Brad. What kind of guess? What do we have going here?
85,000.
85,000. All right. Starting us off strong. Now we're going to move over to Kevin, Uncle Kevin.
Oh. 100. 116,900.
Got it. All right.
116.9, buddy.
Got it. Now the other Kevin Lucas.
I'm gonna say 75,000.
75,000. All right.
I don't think
now. Good old Cal Poly Prez. What do we have?
I'm gonna say 120,000.
Ooh.
All right. Now Schultz and Kenzie.
125,000.
125. All right.
I think I got this one.
Now we're on to Mike Edel. What do we have?
We're going back to my first guess because, that hunt is going to hit $92,000.
Good memory, too. All right. Now, Mr. Massetti, star of the show.
I'm going to go with 85,000.
85,000. So, actually, right now, Brian Massetti and Brad Griffin have the same number. I didn't really think this through. No, it's okay. I'm just gonna.
I'll change
if you win.
87.5.
Well, honestly, Dad, it doesn't matter because
that's
Kevin
fine.
Lucas hit it dead on again. $75,000.
What?
Awesome.
Absolutely dominating.
All right, you got to keep your hands up where we can see them.
I'm
think the
honestly
girls are
wondering
on Facebook.
why you guys even showed up tonight because this is just a murder.
It doesn't have Hemis, so.
No, it doesn't. Yeah. All right. Now, this one might be more in the MLM Motorsports territory. We've got
I saw this. Skluza checks are selling this, aren't they?
What's that?
Aren't Skluza checks selling this? I feel like I saw this.
Well, that seems like a competitive advantage, but I didn't write down the name. It is in Shullsburg, Wisconsin, though. That helps.
That's not far from here.
Yeah, and as you can see here, it worked when it parked, and it's going to be a good sled. It needs a little bit of work, but I mean, realistically, we didn't need to go all the way to North Carolina. We could have had Jason just bring this one over from Wisconsin.
I wish I'd seen this last week. Damn.
I know, right? I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, Richard loved this drip in his mouth.
So this time we're gonna kick it off with Uncle Kev. What are you thinking here?
How big is that sled? It's hard to. Is that like a garden tractor, or like a full size sled?
You know, I'm gonna say that they
Looks like
used
a
this
lawnmower
full size equipment because it was for testing. Then they got a dyno. I don't have the specifics here, but that's what I'm looking at.
I'll start.
Yeah.
That top left picture is really helpful.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see me zooming in here, but Mike.
Yeah, that helps.
Okay, cool.
That's probably that's got to be a $2,469 sled.
$2,469 sled. All right, that's a solid number.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. President, what do we? Oh, I'm sorry, I skipped Kevin Lucas, star of the show.
I was going to say 2,500.
2,500. Ooh, that's dirty.
I remember seeing this too, but I don't remember what the price was.
Wait, what did I say?
I think you're close.
Uncle Kev now has a $31 range where he can
That's
win.
bullshit, Kevin.
All right, now, Mr. President, what can I write down for you?
I'm gonna go $1.
Oh,
$1. He's trying to play the game.
I'm playing the game here. I gotta get some points.
Now,
Too early.
Well, we don't want to be below him. I think
$25.
$1.25.
Oh, $1.25. Okay. Now moving on to Mike. He might have some inside info here.
I have yet again just openly trying to cheat so hard right now because I don't have a single point yet. But I know I saw this somewhere, and I just looked through everyone I thought it was. I feel like that 2,500 number is close, but I feel like they were a little bit more proud of it than that. So let's go in with the solid $4,000.
Okay, $4,000. Kind of ruining the integrity of the game by searching it up, but it's okay. Now,
I love James.
What do we have?
I love James. The best.
Well, I do have a little experience in buying sleds here recently, so I know what they're worth, and I'm gonna go with $3,100.
$3,100. Okay. Brad Griffin, moving on to you.
You said this came out of Wisconsin, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so it's going to be $19.99 or trade for a half-used mule.
Half-used mule, got it. Okay. Actually, the correct answer is 3,500. Knocked down from 5,000. I believe they wanted a full-sized horse for it. Yeah. But that brings us to.
I don't know.
That's funny. It's funny, but it's got to be some inside joke.
Yeah, that is funny.
That's Brian Massetti there with the win.
Did I get it? Nice.
You got
Told
it.
you guys.
3,100. Closest guess. Unfortunately, $1.25 did not make the cut, but good effort.
Good effort.
Good effort. We tried.
Now, moving on We've got a 3.0 Limited Pro.
Ooh.
And I just have to say, I've stumbled across this truck a little bit earlier. And immediately I was hoping we'd have one of the Reeves on because, come on. I mean, that's Reeve Red. 78
Dude,
Ford.
James, you are magic. You are magic.
Well, I might bring James on early. Jason.
Yeah.
It's
What's that?
So let me break this down for you all. This is a 78 F350 body on a second gen Dodge frame with a 6.7 with 12 valve heads. There's only 6 hooks on this motor. It's already got the data logger, as you can see there in the top right picture. And this is a good looking truck. I mean, come on. So let's make sure we circulate this over to the Reeve family. And I can see this in the near future here. Anyways, I believe the first guess is going to go to Kevin Lucas this round. Not a diesel guy, really. I mean, not a diesel truck guy, I guess. But what's your guess? What are you looking at here?
75,000.
75,000. Okay. And now, Trevor, the only 3.0 Limited Pro stock guy on the call right now.
Mm-hmm.
What's your guess? What do we got?
I feel like these things are always ridiculously high. Like it's probably like I'm gonna say $100,069.
$100,069. Wouldn't it be a real shitty deal if it was $100,000?
That would be a shame, but you know,
it is. We'll write down 169 for you. All right. Now, Jason Schultz, Kenzie, what do we have?
89,000.
89,000. Okay. Moving over to Mike. Talk to me.
$92,000.
$92,000. All right. Brian Massetti, the only person to have actually bought a Limited Pro truck. What do we have?
Holy shit. Lori's willing to pay 125. Nice.
Lori's in?
Lori wants it for 125.
Oh, she's gonna have some good news.
I'm thinking this guy's realistic, and I'm gonna go with 65,000.
Yeah.
65,000. Okay.
I like that, BMass. I like
About
that.
the price of a new pickup. That's pretty solid. Okay. Now, Brad Griffin.
Let's do 70.
70.
God dang it.
Okay, you can go the same. You can go the same answer.
No, you know what I'm doing. Put me in.
65 would trade for backstage tickets.
Can I get confirmation there? What was the number?
Yep, you know it.
Yeah, I got it.
Lock it down.
69,000.
Yeah.
Okay. Folks, you will not believe this. I'm starting to have a little bit of suspicion myself. $75,000.
Somebody's spending time on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
All I do is
you know now that
I'll
legitimately
get
Facebook Marketplace numbers are going to go through the roof because of this game on Monday nights.
Oh, yeah.
Zuckerberg's going to call me and thank me.
I mean, this guy, well, he's on his golf cart looking at his almonds. He's just scrolling through Marketplace.
They're Amons. They're Amons.
Hey, but look at the good news. Lori's going to save 50 grand.
I know. That's what I was just thinking.
Donnie's already started the truck. They are. Where's that at? What's the phone number?
Oh, yeah. I didn't write down the phone number.
It's important to know the location, James, as we have fun with this.
It's in Indiana. Woodburn,
It says
Indiana.
Ohio Cat right behind it.
Yeah, it's that might be the poll they're at, but it's listed from Woodburn, Indiana.
Okay.
But I mean, come on, this is a truck that's ready to go, Lori.
And you know, it's funny. I was trying to get Spike to come on
Reeve
tonight.
Red. That was money.
But
Reeve Red.
Spike couldn't make it yet tonight. So, but
All right,
we did
well,
try.
let's
This
just-
would have been
we'll
ideal.
forward the link.
Yeah, for sure.
Because man, I mean, I could see Garrett going down the track. They could just sell Triple Throwdown. I mean, just get that out of here. Then they'd have all Fords, right? Everybody'd be happy. It's a win-win.
Preferably if they get this done before GSI too, that'd probably be the best.
Yeah, no, I mean, just leave Triple Throwdown at home. Maybe do a little swap. I mean, come on. Garrett can go beat up on Trevor. Leave us
Well,
alone.
no. Actually, hopefully it doesn't get here till after GSI, but they need to sell Triple Throwdown first, you know?
Yeah. Get that cash on hand.
Yeah, that all adds up, boys. Really good, good planning.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
All right.
Mike, this is awesome. Mike Idle, this is awesome.
I love every second of it, but cheaters will eventually prosper. I'm gonna sniff one of these out before the show's over.
I'm gonna
sniff might start having some tech officials for this.
Put it on the. What's that app we use so the kids don't cheat while they're taking their tests? I don't use it, but I think
we're gonna bring it over to our specialist Mike here for the.
Friendly reminder that the Golden State Invitational is November 8th and Jason Schultz's birthday.
Yes, Jason Schultz's birthday. Be there. It's going to be a huge party.
2024.com.
I think it starts 3 days after James's birthday too. I mean,
yes, that's right. Yeah,
if we're throwing it out there.
Yep.
Yeah, we do like a winner graphic, and then we put their face up, and then when the price is wrong, Bob Barker and Adam Sandler. We gotta do all this. Brian's got to let us know who's coming on. Yeah.
Kevin Lucas have 9 points.
Kevin Lucas has 9 points. That's right. I'll break down the leaderboard. We've got
Massetti, Brian Massetti. Yeah. Next time Kevin's not at a poll, text him and say, "What are you doing? Searching Facebook Marketplace?"
Yeah, no, I'd believe it.
I think he's got both of the girls and Karen on their laptops right now.
I bet.
I don't even know where they're at.
He's acting like he can't figure out his iPad. He's got 15 screens going.
Like the Jerry Lee Lewis telethon.
Exactly. So Kevin's got 9 points right now. Second place is Mr. MLM with 2 points and Brad Griffin with 1 point. So we've had 6 rounds and Kevin Lucas has 9 points.
He's got it wrapped up. It's mathematically finished.
Just to refer back to the first slide here, if you guess the correct answer, you get 3 points. That means he's gotten the correct answer dead on to the dollar 3 times. It's honestly unbelievable. So now we're moving.
Very unbelievable.
It's unbelievable. It is. And
sus.
The last 2 listings here, not going to be as closely related to polling. Okay, there is no chance that anybody could catch up to Kevin Lucas, so he has the GSI T-shirt. But at this point, I mean, we're playing for fun here. So our next listing is this beautiful.
Totally rebuilt. That was for Kevin Lucas, James. Okay. Sorry, I'm a little slow.
Totally rebuilt. The paint is all original. Digital brightness bulbs, which have less heat, obviously.
Obviously.
So I mean, this is a nice piece right here. Okay.
I love this kid.
Is this not already in Jason Schultz's basement?
You know, I was gonna say the last name of the lister was Schultz, so I mean, it might be. No, this one's actually out of Allen, Texas. Okay. I don't really know where that is, but I mean, if I get some sponsorships, this might be going in my dorm room. Pretty sweet. Well, so we'll go back into it. Kevin Lucas is going to be leading us off this time, I believe. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Kevin will be going last. This is Trevor's turn to go first. Trevor, I know you're experienced in this field. What is your guess?
Man, you know, in my expert opinion,
hit me.
I'm gonna say,
because it's new.
Was it like, okay, the paint's all original, but what does totally rebuilt mean? Like, do we know?
I mean, Trevor's totally rebuilt. I mean, what more could you really? The title, I mean, it says new. It's totally rebuilt. Right. The guy did a spectacular job.
I think he's trying to find it. He's buying time.
No,
I know
right
he
here.
is.
Mine's right here.
Dirty dog. What's that?
Huh?
Who else is in the room?
No, nobody's in the room. There's nobody here.
All right, let's stop stalling. Give me a number.
Yeah, no, I'll say $6,969.
$6,969.
Trevor, this guy.
I got you guys, don't worry.
All right.
That's
Jason
what
Schultz.
yeah.
Jason Schultz, talk to me.
24.5.
24.5. Okay. That's 2,400, correct?
24,000.
24,000.
Whoa.
What?
I respect the initiative. Moving over to Mike Idle. What do we got?
Gonna come in at an even $5,000.
Even $5,000. Okay, I like that.
Or five, whatever it is, I don't know.
Moving on, Brian Massetti, you're a pinball Playboy fanatic, right? I'm sorry, pinball fanatic.
Yes. This would look awesome in my collection with my Playboy pinball machines.
Yep.
And I'm going to go with $3,400.
$3,400. Okay.
Even Lori, did you guys see Lori's comment? Even Lori's getting
Yes.
it on it.
Lori.
She
Brad
saved money on
Griffin,
that truck.
If Sherry's not hovering over you, what is your guess here? What do you think it's worth?
You got muted, Brad.
Classic.
6,999.
6,999. So Trevor has a $30 window here.
Very good.
Pretty solid. All right. Now Uncle Kev.
Yeah.
End of the
I got
hour.
to be honest. I tried to cheat on this one.
Yeah.
And I Googled on my phone Playboy pinballs, and I'm not even going to guess on this one, but I got my phone's going here. Weird. So you guys carry on.
We got a disqualification here. Now, Kevin Lucas, what's your guess here?
I have no clue. I'm gonna say $500.
Okay, 500. All right, so our high end here is $24,000 from Jason Schultz, and on the low end we have $500 from Kevin Lucas. And the correct answer is $7,000. Brad Griffin, $1 off those 3 points.
Brad, are you cheating? Because I found it right here, and that's why.
What?
It's $7,000
here.
What did you type in, Trev? I must have typed something different because other stuff showed up.
You can't put a space between pin and ball, Kevin.
Well, I'll be damned. All right, a bunch of fucking cheaters here. Didn't know
That's
that.
embarrassing.
All right, well, moving on to our last one. We're going to have to rapid fire this one to prevent the cheating. Jason's going to be going first. I'm going to just hit you right away. We've got a truckter here. That's the 1970 truck / tractor international. It's half pickup, half truck. Everything works and operates. Needs a little tune-up. It's got a PTO. You can hook up all your attachments to it. I honestly came across this ad and I had no idea why more people didn't do this. I mean, you get the comfort of a truck cab with the practicality of a tractor. I mean, it's won dozens of shows for a good reason. I mean, come on. Jason Schultz, look at that interior too. That steering column's red. All those levers there are red. I mean, this is a beautiful piece.
Is it Reeve red though? Is it Reeve red?
It's not quite Reeve red. Not like Lori's new truck, but hit me, Jason. What's your guess?
$10,000.
$10,000. All right. Mike Idle.
7,800.
7,800. All right.
13,500.
13,500. Brad Griffin.
14,900.
14,900, you said?
Yep.
Got it. Uncle Kev.
What's the highest one?
14,900.
15,000.
15,000. All right. Kevin Lucas.
7,500.
7,500.
Seems worth a lot.
And T-Mass.
I'm gonna go 7,501 because Kevin.
7,501. What a day! All
That
right.
was cold.
So we've got our high end is $15,000.
Mhm.
Kev.
Yeah,
The
baby.
low end is 7,500. Kevin Lucas. Correct answer is $8,000.
Wow.
That is Mike Idle, $200 off. He gets the point. And can I just say, I mean, what a beautiful piece for $8,000. Come on. Like, this one's coming to us out of London, Ohio. I mean,
Oh, take that, pool party. That's in your state.
but I mean, man, look at this thing. I could see myself rolling around in that 100%.
It's not fast enough.
All right. Well, unfortunately, that is going to do it tonight for our listings.
Oh, dude, this is the best.
To recap our score here, we have Kevin Lucas with 9 points, securing that GSI T-shirt. We don't guarantee which year that T-shirt's going to come from, but you're going to get a T-shirt.
Or the size, but it's
the size. It might get you small. Who knows? Kenzie might get a new shirt.
Does it get shot at him, James?
I was also going to say the delivery choice is all up to you. I mean, we can just hand it off or shoot it off, or I mean, it's really the ball's in your park here. So Kevin Lucas with the win and the T-shirt. Second place is a tie between Brian Massetti and Brad Griffin. And just squeaking it out there at the end, our third place goes to Mike Edel. I want to thank everybody here for allowing me to host this segment. I had a lot of fun. I hope everybody else did too. And just real quick, want to show Lori this one more time. I mean, come on. I could see Garrett driving that 100%. I think
Lori could drive it.
Lori could drive it too, but I mean, we just got to get rid of triple throwdown. That's all that really matters here. We'll tint those windows, get her looking sharp. But I mean, look at that paint. I mean, that's just. I could see a reef hauler just right in front of it, right there. Anyways, it's set up. I mean, what can I say? Look at this. Come on. All right. Well, that'll do it. Thank you, everybody.
That was awesome. Thank you for doing that.
Yes, James. This is the. That's awesome.
Definitely.
James, every Monday, James, you promise?
Yeah, I'll take some feedback here, though. Do you guys want to see the same show, the Marketplace show, or
yes.
You want me to experiment? I can throw in some other little bonus.
Experiment too.
Yeah,
Okay.
Experiment too. But
All right,
if we do Marketplace, it has to be rapid. Because you guys are all a bunch of cheating pricks. I'll call it.
Yeah, I agree.
I didn't cheat.
Yeah, I even
You'll
got
find the
a
most
mom on
obscure
the
list.
last one.
You guys are gonna have no chance.
I only
Mom
tried to
sent me a
cheat
text
one
on
time, and
that.
it took me out the rest of the game.
It took him to Pornhub.
I don't know how the internet works. Okay.
Guy types in play ball pinball machine. Gets in trouble.
Oh shit.
That was fun.
Play ball pinball.
Well, hey, thank you everybody for joining us for Monday nights with Massetti's and friends, and it's pretty awesome that I get to have both of my sons on here, and my brother, one of my brothers, and luckily Brad and Kevin agreed to be friends of mine and showed up, or they just came for the rest of the family. I don't know, but anyways, we are all gearing up and looking forward to November 8th and Jason's birthday, Madera, California, Madera Speedway, Golden State Invitational, the 3rd annual Golden State Invitational, Madera Speedway. Gates open at 5. The chains will get tightened and the green flags will wave at 6. maybe like 6:03, 6:05, because we like to salute our veterans and all of our service personnel, and then hopefully we get Kevin's daughter Addie to sing the national anthem, which is awesome. And then we'll tighten the chains and wave some green flags. So we are looking forward to that. We'll have more information as we get a little closer on the event. We're wrapping up our classes. Maybe next week we'll do a few minutes and we'll get our final lists, and I can get that to Full Pull Live and Full Pull Bets, because there will be real money betting on our pull. Hit up Uncle Kev. He'll give you a crisp, clean $100 bill if you want to throw that down on something. I think that's about it for tonight, unless anybody else has anything to add.
No, it's been a great show. We did our weekend recap, Talked about Lufkin, Texas, coming up this weekend for the Outlaws. And then we talked to Kyle Raabe, our diesel, what was it, Pro Street champion, Mike?
Yep. Pro Street Diesel for the Badger Truck Pullers Association.
Then we did Pulling Through the Past, and then now our new favorite segment, Massetti, Monday Nights with Massetti and Friends, and James stole the show with Facebook Marketplace. That's the most fun I've had in a long time. Dude, that was a good shit.
That was awesome, Jay.
That was badass, James.
That was fun. It was fun.
Do you have an idea where you will be joining us from next Monday?
I don't want to make promises here.
Okay.
But I'm looking at a couple options. One of the nicest buildings, our business school, they close at 10 and they really sweep the floor. But I have been able to stay one time in the biggest auditorium past 10 o'clock. So I might go there. I'm going to explore a little bit. There's a little trick at the main building on campus where we all kind of have an agreement to leave a window unlocked, and you can kind of like skimmy along an edge and then go into that window, and then you're in.
He's only a freshman, guys. He's only a freshman.
If I do that, I will definitely video that part, and we can review during the show. But yeah, so I'll keep you guys on your toes here.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate the time you put into this, but do remember that your school classes are somewhat important. Tractor pulling is importanter, but school is important.
Well, I'm in class right now, Dad. So
I know. I appreciate that. I'm proud of you.
I was actually.
Is this the Italian class? Got your teacher pretty good?
Oh yeah.
Good. Can you speak Italian pretty well yet?
Nope.
Okay, good. Good.
All right, Mike Idle, do your thing, bro.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to this edition of Let's Grow Pulling every single Monday night at 8 o'clock. Folks, be sure to watch Pulling Somewhere. Pulling is fun. Green flags and tight chains. Thanks for watching.